Heidi ho, good neighbors. How are you? It's Phil Russertt. As if you haven't seen enough of me this week, we had a really cool show last night with Sarah Medora. Hope you go check that out. It's still on Facebook, and I'm going to put it up on YouTube soon. For some reason, didn't simulcast. We had a lot of fun. I like branching out into other things. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and there's no better person to start with this with. But tonight we have a comic book dealer / now comic shop owner who is an awesome dude and happens to be the sponsor of the show. So we're going to get into that. Before we do, I just want to let everybody know, May 18th, my Kickstarter Tragedy launches, as well as Robert Powers' Penguino's Revenge. Today, I posted the link for you to click so that you can be alerted to the launch date. It's May 18th. It's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't ask a lot of people. I try to give to the community, but now I'm asking. Please go hit that launch and then pledge and support on the book. This is my life dream. I'm really putting everything I can into it. So please support the hustle, which is going to be the big theme of today because our guest is a hustler, but in a good integrity way. I like this guy. So anyway, May 18th, Tragedy, Penguino's Revenge by Robert Powers, Kickstarter launch. Let's do it. Now, last thing, my promotional graphics are always done by Andy Lee. That's www.lesdudis.com, LESDUDIS.com. Andy Lee, who's a wonderful human being, does convention reviews, foodie reviews if you want to know where to eat when you go to conventions, and collectible reviews. So go check that out. He's also on Instagram under Let's Do This. So thank you, Andy, for always being an awesome human being. Now, having all said that, without further ado, I'd like to introduce a great comic book dealer. He does really well on Facebook. He has his live shows every week. He's now going to be a brick and mortar store owner. I'm very excited for him. He's a really cool guy. He really does know what it means to bleed and do what you got to do to get the work done. And he is a success story, and he should be an inspiration to everybody. So without further ado, James Shelkett of Kraven's Comic Books and Collectibles. What's going on? I almost had a brain fart there for some reason saying your name.
It's all good, man. Glad to be here. Really glad to be here. Excited. It's been a long, crazy day here at the shop. We've been doing all types of stuff here today. It's a nonstop grind, man, but I love it. Day to night, all day, every day. It's nonstop. I wake up to this. I go to bed thinking about it, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Would not have it any other way.
Well, one thing you and I have in common is we understand the sacrifice so that we can live our dream. It's not getting handed to us. We got to bleed. And, there are some that want to bleed and there's some that think it, maybe magic happens. I don't know. But, you have to try. So Comic Noise said, go to sleep, Phil, and go to sleep, Kraven.
That's hilarious.
Kraven's on the hunt. He can't go to sleep.
Yeah, right.
There's your tagline, right? So, by the way, I just want to let everybody know, anybody who's in the room, please share this out. Let's get some exposure for our James and Kraven's Collectibles. This is a guy that's working his ass off, and we're going to get a little tour of his store as he's putting it together. It is not up together. Charles, thanks for showing up. Charles W. Morgan, he's going to have an independent book, and you might want to look at his book to sell in your store one day. Charles is a good guy, excellent artist, and I can't wait to see his book. Awesome. He's on every second of every day. I don't know if he's talking about you or me because I think we both are.
every millisecond of every second of every day.
Monster, you're drinking a Monster, and I got to tell you, I think they should be paying us to endorse, as endorsers, because that's all we have it in our veins, intravenous.
just pure caffeine, mainline right in the aorta.
By the way, Del Guzman's here. You are doing a free giveaway today, which I think is insane what you're doing. But tell us real quick, what is the free giveaway?
Okay, so I wanted to, originally I was just going to do a few things, and I think I'm going to spice it up a little bit and toss the slab in. So we're going to do $100. Okay, $100 in a gift card format for anything in our shop, whether it's physical or if you want to get online. So if you can't make it out to us physically, you can still get something online from us for $100. And the second thing, we're also going to throw in a free T-shirt, tie-dye will work for comics T-shirt. which is usually $30 on the site. So we're going to throw that in. And we're also, because I want to spice it up a little bit, take it to the next level, we're also going to throw in a slab as well. The slab, I'm not positive on which yet, but when I get back home and I have access to everything, we're going to throw a nice slab in there. Probably a 9.6, 9.8 or something nice.
So you're getting $100 gift card with no restrictions on it for the website or the store, a T-shirt, I will work for comics, and then you're going to give a slab.
Yes.
Wow. That's probably the most generous thing anybody's done on the show. Listen, share this out to everybody because they'll be like, hell no, I want to win this. I'm not getting competition. Dell's like, screw that. Nobody's knowing about this show.
That's hilarious. I need the slab and the shirt.
I'm telling you. Yeah, guys, share this out, please. Let everybody know about this show. Let them know that James is with me here. That is really generous. James is working hard. He's busting his ass, and I want him to get as much of a viewership as possible today. All right, so let's go back and tell us about how you got into comics and what made you decide this is what you want to do for a living.
So really, it goes back when I was really young, man. Both of my older brothers were huge comic nerds. My one brother that passed away a few years ago was a huge Superman fan.
Sorry.
Superman was his. I appreciate that, man. Superman was his big thing. I still actually have a short box of his Superman comics. It'll never go anywhere. That will always stay with me. But he had a monster Superman collection. That was his big thing. And then my older brother was more into the Marvel stuff, but still had some Batman books and a lot of great stuff. He had a real crazy collection because he was a little bit older. So he was a kid in the early 70s. So he grew up during the Bronze Era.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he kind of was able to get some of them books coming up like as they dropped. Because at 5 and 6, he was already a comic collector. So like in late 70s, he was avidly buying every issue every month already. So you can imagine by the time the late 20-teens rolled around, you know what I mean? Some of the stuff that he had was just, beautiful, man. I remember seeing, I think he had like an AF-15. Like big books, like big books, like jaw droppers. And just an awesome collection. And that's really was my first forte into seeing it, right? Like that's kind of like when I was a young kid, that's what got me interested in wanting to collect. And over the years, I got more into it. I started collecting different stuff, figures, magic cards. I got into playing Magic, trading cards, other different things, action figures, real heavy, statues. I got big into the circuit and stuff. Oh, yeah, statues are great, man. Hot
and
toys. Oh, yeah, original art. Excuse me. All that stuff I was getting into. I'm branching out into different things. And then eventually, for a while, I got out of it totally. I was totally out of it for a while. And then I'd say around 2012, 2013, I got heavy back into collecting again, and started buying longs of boxes and small collections. And like I remember the first time I bought a larger collection, and it was like $500, and it was maybe like 8 or 9 longs of good stuff. And I remember being blown away, like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm spending $500 on a collection. This is crazy. Like,
meanwhile, you just dropped a ton not long ago, and you scored big. So good for you.
Yeah. Yep. Now I drop like 15, 20,000 on a collection, and it's like, cool. That's just another week now. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's nothing to drop that now. That's what I used to make in a year. You know what I mean? My old job. So it's just crazy how big it's gotten, man. But I love doing it because some of the things that I come across, some of the things that I find, it's awesome, man. It's always a treasure hunt. It's always a treasure hunt. That's why I'd much rather buy a huge collection than seek out just single issues and try to cherry pick stuff. Like, give me everything you have. Give me your whole collection. I want all of it. Even the books you think are trash, give me them. I want it all.
By the way, no, Dell, you didn't introduce us. I knew him before you, but nice try. Edgar Paston, hello. Dell has a question for you because Dell knows how it works. The best question is what wins the prize, okay? So just warning you all, best question is going to win a slab, $100 gift card with no restrictions on either the website or when the store opens, and a T-shirt that says, we'll work for comics. So this dude is very generous, so bring out those questions. Yeah. But in the meantime, I got a question for you. First of all, I think the Bronze Age is the best reading age. Yeah. Silver Age is awesome, too, because obviously a lot of amazing characters were introduced, like, the Fantastic Four and X-Men stuff. But honestly, as far as reading and stories, the Bronze Age to me is the best. What do you think is the best age of comics?
Okay, how about this? I agree with you. The Bronze Age, best stories, but best art, Silver Age. Silver Age for me all day. Silver Age art, man, like there's something about that Ditko and that Kirby and just there's something about that 60s look, man. You know what I mean? Those books just those Silver Age books are those 12 centers for me. That's my sweet spot. Like that's for me. I'm a big Silver Age guy. I love Bronze Age. Don't get me wrong. I'm Silver Bronze all day. You know what I mean? There's some copper stuff in moderns that I like, but not a boatload. You know what I mean? I'm definitely more geared towards silver and bronze, which makes it a little difficult in this market because nowadays a lot of people are big into the moderns, the variants and stuff like that. And I respect the new game. I respect the new age of stuff. And I understand it's a changing platform all the time.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Me personally,
you can respect it. I think it's shit.
But me personally, I'm much more a silver bronze guy. If you gave me 2 piles of books to buy, I got $1,000 and I can buy a few Silver Age and Bronze keys or a stack of modern variants that are hot and signed. I'm going with them Silver Age and Bronze keys all day, all day.
Look, all I know is, the great eras though, and I agree that silver is great by who's considered a legend. They're all from the Silver and Bronze Age. I mean, there were some legends after, you have McFarlane and stuff like that, which really, I guess they kind of started like at the end of the Bronze Age and went into, but I mean, what legends can you really call out today? You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you 20 or 30 years from now, when you look back to this generation, how many people are you going to put in the same category as Ditko and Buscema and Byrne? I don't see it.
Not many.
I don't see it.
Not many. Yeah, I don't know. I can't even think of one right now.
Well, how about this Inkers? I mean, there's some great. I think in this age, Inkers are bigger. Like you've got Adelso Corona and Norm Ratman and guys like that, and Scott Williams. I think Inkers have become big in these later generations. But as far as pencil art, I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's definitely a changing medium all the time, and I definitely think some of the modern stuff doesn't stick with me as well. Like I'm not a big fan of Peach Momoko. Some of these modern art, and I'm not saying she's not a good artist. Like
right, it's just not your style.
Yeah, the stylization for me is just not my cup of tea, man. And a lot of stuff is like that now. Like the modern style really doesn't suit me real well. There's some that stand out. Like I like Crane. Like I mean, Crane's good. I mean, there's some guys that are. Who else is a great modern artist? What's his
Tyler
name?
Kirkham.
John Jang. John Jang's great.
Yeah, Tyler Kirkham is awesome.
Kirkham is great. Who else? There's a couple other great ones that are modern. What's the other guy's name?
There's one. I don't know.
Greg Horn is great. Greg Horn
he is.
Alex Ross. Alex Ross has good stuff.
Lee Weeks is a legend, Charles. I'm just leaving it at that. Lee Weeks is a legend, and he's also a very kind, very nice man. So, absolutely. Now, here's an artist that I appreciate and respect, but I could never get into his art, and people think I'm an ass for this. Frank Miller. I liked his art on Daredevil, but I don't like it after that. And people would tell me, well, what about his Wolverine series? I've spoken to Joe Rubenstein. Wolverine, the miniseries, those were really loose Frank Miller pencils that Rubenstein tightened up. So who is it? Is it Frank? Is it Joe? And that happened. Sal Buscema is notorious for that because he was doing 10 books a month. He'd do really loose stuff, and it was the inker that was tightening everything up.
Yep. Yeah. So, cleaning out the edges and things like that. And
detailing it. I mean, really detailing it. See, like Charles loves me. And, I could see that, Charles, because you're into that edgy noir style stuff. So I could see you loving, Sin City and things like that. But Charles, to me, I think your pencils are actually better. I know I shouldn't say that live, but they're better. Anyway, so look, you obviously have a love and passion for comics, which I think is great because I'm seeing a lot these days where, look, this hustle, you got to make money and everything. But there's guys that aren't comic collectors running shows,
dealing,
and owning shops. because they don't want to like really work, they think, and they think it's simple work, or they laid off on their workers for $8 an hour, and they don't really love comics. They don't even know comics.
Yeah, and it's I'll be honest with you, coming from somebody right now that's opening their own shop and been doing this for months and being successful, it's way more work than any job you will do ever, because it doesn't stop from the second you get up. And people think I'm exaggerating or I'm lying about this or like I'm fluffing it up. I'm serious. From the second you wake up to the second you go to bed, people will be messaging you, sending emails. You'll be getting phone calls. You'll have people knocking on your business door at late hours.
Let me ask you something. Do your legs go numb when you're on the toilet checking 800 messages when you first wake up? Because mine do.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Your legs go numb.
Yeah, the mornings are crazy. My phone in the morning is dan. My phone just buzzing dan like for 10 minutes, dan. And it's all the like everything, all the apps that I have coming in, getting all the messages, notifications, invoices. I mean, when we do invoices alone, last show I checked, the last show we did, we had our most buying customers on a single show ever, which was awesome.
That's awesome.
We had 48 buying customers in one live show.
Wow.
So that was almost.
Do you know the average? Do you know the average amount of money per? I don't know if you've done that math, but like, what's the average amount spent per those 48 people?
For those 48 people, on average, you're looking at. I did get the number recently, actually, because PayPal gave me the number. They gave me because I got a thing saying that I've been making so much that I felt like all this extra paperwork.
$10.99.
Not even that. Just more than that. I already had that. They hit me with that. This is something that extra. They were asking for a pass. I don't even have a passport. They're asking for my passport and all types of crazy stuff. But I called them today.
Hey, Robert Manning.
What's going on, Robert? But yeah, it was definitely
I think we've been friends for about a year now on Facebook, and I've watched you grow pretty quickly. And I think it's awesome because you do it with integrity. I mean, I know some of the stories of what you dealt with, and I know how you handled it, and you handled it well. Like people that were they were rude, they were nasty, and maybe shipping screwed up. It wasn't your fault. You're still taking care of them. You're a good guy. You believe in customer service, which is a rare thing. I think it's awesome. And I believe that you can hustle and work hard and succeed and still be a guy of integrity. And I think you do that.
Oh yeah, you definitely can. And I do believe that it does take a certain mentality as well, because I do know people that are in this same industry that would not handle things and don't handle things the way that I do. You know what I mean? They're way more quick to fly off the handle, but they're not necessarily trying to do what I'm doing either. They do it maybe as a part-time thing or as a hobby or something extra, and they have the regular 9 to 5. This is my 9 to 5. So I treat it like a 9 to 5. I treat every person with respect and dignity and honesty and integrity, because it's important. It's important to do that because it garners a friendship. You know what I mean? It garners a relationship with the customer. Much more important than making a single sale. I'd rather them not buy anything, build a relationship, and keep them around for years wanting to come back because we have a friendship, than to have a good deal, make one sale, and then they never come back.
Well, how about this? How about your peers in the industry? If you're a good guy who does things right, you're going to garner good business relationships as well, partnerships, working together. And that is just huge. These people that think, hey, let me just get mine and screw you and move on, they don't last. And even if they're making good money for a little while, it doesn't last, because after a while it catches on and you get caught. Your reputation catches you. So that's true. So what made you decide to become a comic? Oh, actually, let's go back a minute. This is hysterical.
Okay.
Once in a while, you get a real interesting customer.
Yeah.
And you had one recently that I don't know the full story, but you dealt with them in a really interesting way. So why don't you tell us about that, and then we'll move on to the next topic.
Okay, so we had a guy come into my show, and this guy basically was coming in and asking questions about some books that we had. And he wanted Secret Wars and an ASM 316 is specifically what he asked for. Now, I didn't have an ASM 316 at the time. I knew I had one coming in the mail, but I don't even advertise or put a price on the book until it's in my hand. I might say, hey, it's coming,
Right.
but I don't try to sell it or make the sale till I physically have it.
You got to see the grade, and you got to see, yeah.
You know what I mean? I see it go wrong too much. You can't sell something you don't physically, tangibly have in hand, right? So,
right.
I won't make the sale till I have it in hand. So I told him I didn't have that book. Sorry, I don't have the ASM 316. He's like, okay, fine. Well, what about Secret Wars? Do you have the full run of Secret Wars 1? I didn't have the full run. In fact, I only had like 4 or 5 of the books of the first run, and they're all double or triple signed. I'm trying to build a set that is all double or triple signed to sell as a full double triple signed set. I don't want to piece out a couple. It'll go for way more. It'll be way more valuable as a full triple signed set than a couple of singles, right? So, and much harder to obtain. So I'm trying to build that set. And people know that. That's why nobody even asked me about that set. It wasn't even out on the show, put it that way. The books weren't even out on the show. They were in a long box in a tab, and he saw the tab in the long box that said Secret Wars and said, hey, pull out your Secret Wars. And I even said, hey, I only have a couple from the original. They're signed. I'm not selling them, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, you're lying. You got a fat stack of Secret Wars in there. I saw the tab. You need to pull them out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I'm not selling them.
You don't need to do anything. It's your freaking stash, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not selling them. That's the I said there's some new ones in there, but I know you're not looking for new ones. You just said you want the original run. I said there's some new variants in there of like other Secret Wars spin-off, like modern stuff, and there's a couple signed original ones, but I'm not getting rid of any of them. So then he insults somebody's wife. I don't remember whose wife, but he says something foul because somebody said something to him like, really, you're going to keep asking the same question? He was like, that's why your wife's like a pig, or said something foul like that. And somebody responded back to him and said something to him. And I told him, I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. When he said that, I said, well, we don't do that in here, man. You need to chill with that. We don't disrespect anybody in my show. That's not how we get down. Like I called him out on it right away because I don't like that. And we don't go for that in the show. And then he was like, well, F you, F this show. You don't know how to run a show. If you can't deal with the lag and you can't deal with customers and take questions fast enough, then you shouldn't even be doing a live. You don't know how to run a show.
First of all, how do you take questions fast enough? There's a lag. There's a lag. Yeah. You can't. What are you gonna do? There's a lag on this. There's a lag on this. Like Dell just put up something. He probably typed it about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's insanity, dude. He basically expected me to be able to respond instantly, and everybody was telling him that too. People were commenting and responding to him, dude, there's a lag. He's not ignoring you. He just hasn't got to the question. Because I kept drilling and like asking the question over and over and over and over and over and over again, like every 20 seconds, like over and over again, that often. And finally, like after all this and all him freaking out, you know, I was like, well, you can leave the show and we'll cancel your order, which he didn't even buy anything yet, so it was nothing to even cancel. So I was like, you can leave the show. We're not going to do this disrespect here after he flew off the handle. So afterwards, I post, I think, a thread talking about it. And he says something about, like, you got a problem with me? Like, shoots me a message. He's like, you got a problem with me, Costanza? Like, I was like, I couldn't help but laugh at it. Like, what a clown shoe, right? Like, what a clown comment. And I was like, no, you have the problem, sir. And I don't even remember exactly.
See, that's the funny thing is you kept answering him, sir. Like you know, it's snarky, but you were killing him with kindness. You know, he was smart, and it made him even angrier. It pissed him off that he couldn't get you angry.
Yeah, because that's the thing, man. Like you can't, I'm not going to say I never get mad. There's times where I definitely reflect back and I'm like, I shouldn't have reacted that way.
We're all human.
For the most part, yeah, but for the most part, and especially as I've gotten older, man, I've gotten a lot better at being able to control how I deal with things, how I deal with people, and especially because of being in the line of work I'm in now. Like I have to deal with people differently, right? Like I have to be more, thick-skinned and things like that. I mean, people say some really nasty things to me. Believe me, I've had some foul stuff said to me. And I mean, I even had one customer literally say, F me, F my family, and F my 6-month-old son.
I remember that.
Really pointed out my son and said, F
and again, it was something that wasn't even your fault. And you still tried to do right by them after that.
Yeah. And I did send him the package after that. And he got it.
Yeah.
I still sent him the book after he said F my 6-month-old son. And I sent it out of pocket too. I even paid the shipping.
But what you need to tell everybody how you responded to the dude that went off on you at Secret Wars.
Okay, yes. Okay, so the guy our friend Tanae, we're not going to put a real name on him. We called him Tanae, okay, spelled Toneye, Tanae. So our buddy Tanae, we did a T-shirt for him. A buddy of mine that actually, now this is really cool too, and you may not know this, but Adam Rosette actually works at Pixar. He
Oh,
is
really?
he's the lead storyboardist at Pixar that worked on Star Wars, and also was a head
cool.
animator at Disney prior to that.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, and I didn't know all this stuff. Like, he reached out to me and was like, "Let me design some stuff for you," because he did some video
cool.
work for us, like some intro work for us, and then he came along and did this for us. And what he did is this Secret Wars design of number 12, Secret Wars number 12, with Doom on the cover with the hand up.
Yeah.
And it's me on the cover, and it says Kraven's Comic Books and Collectibles Secret Stash, or excuse me, Secret Stack. And yeah, it's just hilarious because it's a reference. We don't reference him. We don't have a likeness to him. We don't reference his name. But anybody who knows the show, that knew the situation, knows how hilarious that shirt is. And what a great response to a troll / rude, disrespectful person. And what a great way to do it. And not even like insulting to them, but just making fun of their ridiculousness. You know what I mean? Like,
you got to call people out. And don't let them get you angry. But I just thought it was great how you did that. I guess he's a friend of yours, Brian Chamberlain. I still can't wait to come to the new shop to steal shit.
Yes, Brian is a friend of mine. What is going on, Brian? Glad to see you out there, man. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that.
And
Brian's
thanks,
also,
Del.
Brian lives in my state.
And Del's been sharing this out a lot, so thanks. Del, you had a few questions before. If you could repeat them again so I don't have to scroll up and find them because we didn't get to them. But Charles said you did right by not flying off the handle. Why didn't that show? That's so weird. Oh, that was weird how it did that.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a funny story that Del just mentioned here. So I had a guy recently, and this just happened this week. This is really funny. So a guy got like $1,200 off of me. What's going on, Brian? We got a guy that got $1,200 of books off me, right? And he got a stack of slabs. Now, okay, so for $1,200, he got a stack of 11 slabs. Already, that's fantastic. 11 slabs for $1,200 shipped. 11 slabs. Also got a stack of Spider-Man keys, okay? ASM keys, all ASM keys, like a nice stack. And a stack of Silver Age Submariners that were nice. A nice stack of silver, like high-grade silver Submariners, like a good stack of them. All that for $1,200 shipped.
Wow.
This guy said that the books were low grade. Okay, there's 496 slabs in what he got. He wrote me and said the books were low grade, that we didn't keep it honest about what he was getting, and that we were shady in the deal, and he wanted a refund. So before he tells me any of this, though, he opens a case on PayPal before even contacting me, opens a case on PayPal, and demands a refund. Now, this is the part that's hilarious. And this is where you know what a con man move. This man wanted to, this is ridiculous. This man wanted to keep all the slabs, all 11 slabs, the stack of the Spider-Mans, the Silver Age stack of Submariner. So keep everything and get $900 back out of the $1,200 on top of it.
And what was his reasoning for this?
Because the product was not as described as his PayPal eBay claim or whatever it was. The PayPal claim. It wasn't eBay.
I know a lot of people getting screwed by eBay with these fraudulent people now. Yeah,
man. He almost got me on that, but he thankfully he gave me an option, and which was weird to me, because why would you even throw out that first option at all? Like, that shouldn't even have been a thought in your head to try to throw, giving 75% plus all the books back. That's basically like, here's $900 for free. That's literally what it is. It's here's all the books and $900. Like, there's no way. That's insanity. So, the guy was just ridiculous. But anyway, to conclude that story, that guy I wrote after this ordeal, right? Because we had another deal after that where he wanted to get some books off me. He came in my show a week later and asked about a slab I had priced at $400. It was a Tales of Suspense 26, or early Tales of Suspense, pre-Hero Horror. Early book, 10 center, I believe. It might have been 12 center, but early 12 center, so like early 60s, I believe, 61, 62. Beautiful book. Anyway, he asked about this book. I had 400 on it. He's like, no one's bought that book 3 weeks. I've been in here 3 weeks. Watch your show. It's not a key. I'll give you $175 for it. I was like, I was like, so you're like 60% off? Is that where we're at? We're out 60% off. I was like, there's no way. I was like, I wouldn't even entertain an offer in that area. Not even
That's
in
why I
that
can't
range.
do what you do. I can't do
Yeah,
what you do.
I was like, I can't even entertain an offer in that range. And this is after he already burned me on this one deal, right? Like I'm giving the guy the benefit of the doubt, and this is weeks later. So after that
That's a
ordeal,
set of cojones.
yeah, so after that ordeal, I messaged him that next day, and I said, look, man, I was very cordial about it. I had the message, and if anybody ever wants to see it, I was very cordial about it. I said, look, man, after the last fiasco we had, and with the whole refund deal, I said, and with what you said last night and being rude and demanding me to give you a deal on that book the way you did, I said, I think we're done doing business. I said, I'm not gonna, I have no ill will, but I'm gonna go ahead and block you, and you have a good day. And after that, he made a post in a group and said that I ripped him off and I burned him and I screwed him over and I'm blah blah blah, I'm this and I'm that. Well, that post got like 100-some plus, like hundreds of comments on it. And it was everyone just lighting him up because everybody was like, we deal with him on the regular. He never burns anybody. You're a liar. You try to rip the dude off. He showed the proof. You try to get a refund for 75% on top of keeping the books. You're a clown shoe. Like people were just rocking his day, dude. It was one of the greatest burns I've ever seen on somebody trying to troll me. Like people just ate him alive, dude. It was insane. I mean, hundreds of comments. So bad that he deleted the whole thread. Then it got so bad that somebody even screenshotted the thread that I didn't even know, reposted it, kept it going in the group. That got so many comments on it, the admin had to turn commenting off on it. That's how crazy it got. And I didn't even know the moral of the story.
So the moral of the story is James is a good guy and he has a loyal following, so don't mess with him.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, I never burn anybody, dude, just because it's a type of industry, man. You do it one time and it's your reputation's gone. You know what I mean? You burn one and I don't care how small it is. I don't care if it's $1 book. You burn somebody on a $1 book, reputation gone. So it's not worth it, man. Do honest business and do good business, and you'll make more money anyway because customers will keep coming to you.
You can look in the mirror when you do it.
Yeah,
and you can look in the mirror when you do it. I mean,
exactly.
I don't think people understand the power of reputation. You don't have to be a great artist. You don't have to be the best seller. You don't have to have the best inventory. You have to have the best attitude.
Yes, that is so key. And many people.
You could be selling at a show. You could both have a Hulk 181. You could have it for a little bit more money than the other guy, same grade. If the other guy's a jerk, 9 out of 10 people will take their hard-earned money to you and pay a little more because they would rather know that they worked their ass off, to give another good guy his money, not some jerk,
Oh, yeah, 100% agree with that.
But the truth is, as you get more successful and as you grow, and you're going to get more of these people coming out of the woodwork. For whatever reason, there are some people that when they see you doing well, I don't know if it's envy or whatever, they gun for you. They come after you. I have a few of my own. I mean, I put up a post recently. When you must be succeeding when you have a real life rogues gallery. Yeah.
It's real. Like I literally, I feel like a superhero sometimes. I literally have like villains, real life villains. I have real villains. I got
my own Captain Cold, man.
Right? It's so ridiculous, man. It's absolutely ridiculous. But
you know what? At the end of the day, you're moving forward and you're busting your ass. So you decided to become a dealer. You've been growing. You do your shows. When are the shows? Tell everybody again. Sundays,
9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do them every week, every Sunday night. Usually runs about 4 hours to at least 1 a.m., sometimes longer. Sometimes we do 6-hour blocks. I mean, it gets crazy some nights. But we really
enjoy it. It's on the Facebook, which is right there on the bottom.
Yes, yeah, at the Facebook page, facebook.com/Kraven's Comics. You can also check out the website, cravenscomics.com, which has links to the live as well. But yeah, man, it's a blast doing it. We have fun. We do giveaways every show too. We give stuff away every single show. Every show.
Well, you're giving away tonight. Anybody who came in late, James is giving you a $100 gift certificate with no restrictions to the website and when the store is open. He's giving away a T-shirt that says "Will work for comics."
Yep.
And he's going to give you a slab. He didn't know what slab yet because they're all at home right now. He's at his store. But, I mean, geez. I mean, what about the host? Does the host get anything?
got you on the back end, Philly. I got you on the back end, buddy.
And by the way, it's funny that you call me Philly because that is an old nickname from old friends that used to live in Williamsburg Projects.
Really?
So it brings me back to when I used to play ball.
That's awesome.
Dell wanted to ask you, and listen, best question, guys, wins you that stuff. So throw out some questions. But
yeah.
Dell said, when is the Comic-Con and we can work together? Well, don't worry about us working together, Dell. We're talking about things. And, I feel that James is a kindred spirit in the sense that he understands sacrifice. He understands you got to bleed. You got to be willing to bleed to make your life what you want it to be, but do it with integrity. And so far, I mean, maybe you turn around, you seem like a scout. No, I'm just kidding. But, James has been cool. He's been upfront. He's fair. And, so him and I will be talking in the future about doing stuff together, Richard said, as far as that event you were talking about, the con, do you have any details on that?
Yeah, man. So we've actually reached out to the fire hall in the area to see if we could host something there because they have a nice, decent capacity, 350 person indoor capacity with outdoor capacity as well. And it's a very close area to the shop and to where I live. So it's kind of a nesting point in between. We might use the shop itself, depending on when we decide to launch this. We're only a few weeks out probably from having the shop up and running like full blown. I mean, right now we've already buffed the floors. All the paint supplies are here. Tomorrow we start painting the inside, and we don't have to do the ceiling because it's all drop tile. And
you know what you got to do? I just came up with a great idea.
Yeah.
Dedicate a wall. When you start getting artist signings, they all do remarks on the wall.
Oh, that would be awesome, dude.
That's my idea. You can take it. Like when you get artist signings and you get bigger names, or even just local guys, every artist that you ever get to do a signing at that place does a little remark with their signature on the wall. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, I like that idea. And I have another wall idea that I had from a customer that I really like too. Customer suggested that in our live shows, we should do a physical wall of shame. So instead of just having one online, when you come to the shop, literally having everybody listed on the wall of shame, which no. I think you might be able to actually get away with if you don't have photos of people and if you don't have anything other than a name, because a name can be kind of tied down to so many people, especially specific names.
But you do know that you are really risking litigation because a name can still hold up in court. Or we could always just blur out the last letters and leave in. You can just do the first initial. You know what you can do is turn their names into a similar comic book name, so people know who you're talking about. But you can't prove in court it's that person. That's
pretty slick, yeah.
Like if it's John James or something, you could do like John J. Jameson or something. You know what I mean?
That's great.
And you could come up with something similar like that, so people are like, "Oh, he's talking about that dude," but can't prove it.
Yeah, I love the idea though of having something physical to kind of showcase all the winners and the flakers we've had, because we've had people flake out. I mean, we've had people flake out on 4-digit deals, you know what I mean? $1,000+ deals. And I mean,
yeah, you just had one recently. I saw that post. I'm like, what the?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man. We've had 2 of them that were big, over 1,000 a piece in the last week.
By the way, I just want to let you know, Robert Manning is going to be banned from my show now for this question. And I'll tell you why. My brother, have you seen this video with this song? What does the fox say? My brother played this for my daughters, and now just to annoy me, they go around singing it and giggling all day. And I just got over Baby Shark for this crap.
Oh, no.
And now Robert's bringing it to my show. So, Robert, I'm blocking you. You're banned, and you're going up on James's wall. And you're going up as Robert Manning.
All the shame forever immortalized.
Robert is an awesome dude. I love Robert. I'm kidding, of course.
What's going on, Robert?
All right. So, yeah, I'm so glad you're doing well with your live sales. Now, you're in Maryland.
Yes, sir.
And you're talking about doing the event, and that's coming. You said you're going to open soon. I wouldn't dare. Don't tempt me, Robert. I'm a parent. Anyway, so are you able to give us a little quick virtual tour there, even though it's in work of progress of the building itself?
Yes, absolutely, man.
And while you're giving us the tour, you can kind of tell us to visualize where things are going, what you're doing, what merchandise you're going to put up, and what plans you got going on, and let's go from there.
Yeah. Okay. So let me see if I can
turn it around.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out now.
When you go, you just shut off. Hi, Terry. Thanks for coming out. Better late than never. You're here. Terry.
Camera settings.
Best question, Terry. He's giving away a slab, a T-shirt that says "We'll work for comics," and a $100 gift certificate to his online or brick and mortar store with no limitations or restrictions. So ask some good questions, Terry.
All right, I think we're good now. Let me see.
Nice.
Are we?
We see it. We got the pops in front of us. Now it's sideways. And now we lost him. All right, he must have hung up by accident. We'll get him back. So James, like I said, he started off as a dealer. He's working. He does his shows Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because he's in Maryland. The guy's been working hard. He's been hustling. He's now got a brick and mortar store that he's in the process of opening. He's saying is about 3 weeks out. They got the floors down. They're going to paint the walls tomorrow, replace a few ceiling tiles, and stock. Get the stock and the inventory in there. So if you're in the Maryland area, I really recommend you go to his opening, just check it out, support. Even if you just drop $5 on something, he's a good guy. Support the hustle because he works hard, but he does it with integrity. Now, Robert, if that question is for him, we'll have to wait till he comes back on. If it's for me, I'm probably not the right person to answer because I have an Irish temper and I probably won't handle it well. They're all asking questions, and he's back.
I'm so sorry about that.
That's all right.
I had a little malfunction with the camera settings, but I think we're good now, guys. So yeah, we're gonna do a little tiny tour here and just kind of show you what we have set up. So right here is where we're gonna have all the dollar boxes and a lot of our long setup on these tables out here. This will be the big island of goodies, and then got a couple T-shirts up here. This is one of the T-shirts that we'll be giving away for the comic giveaway tonight. Tie-dye will work for comics T-shirt with our logo on top.
Cool.
Of course, we got that's the kind of guy I am T-shirt. And then we've got our staff T-shirts right here, which have the logo on the front, with staff written on the back. And we have a bunch more designs that are coming that just haven't arrived yet. Over here, we've got some pops and some action figures. Some Spawn figures.
Now, will you be buying collections if people come to obviously you'll have to look at them and praise them, but will you be buying collections and or toys, whether they're used or unopened?
Yes, we will. In fact, that's kind of really what sparked me really wanting to get the store even more so is because I started buying all types of stuff, and I was like, man, if I'm going to be getting all this stuff, I need more space to be able to sell it. So we needed to kind of push forward and get a little bit more room for stuff, and we got T-shirts by the tote, and I mean, we just needed more space, man. I mean, just shirts alone. I mean, I've got 2 or 3 totes of just tees right now.
Wow.
I have 300, 400 more tees coming still. So probably another 6 to 8 more totes. I have furniture we haven't laid out yet. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff we're moving around.
What would be the best? I always said for a comic store, if you had enough room, and I know that's not easy, a little lounge area for you to sit and just buy a book and sit and read. But I got another great idea, and I'm going to give it live right now to you.
Let's hear it.
It only costs like $65 a year for the permit. You need a viewer permit. You set up a projector and a screen, and you have Friday night Marvel movie or comic book movie time, and people can come in that little area, and you screen the movie and you watch it. And if you want to make money, you can even or just bring people in and you raffle off the movie at the end or something. Or you can even say, any paying customers can sit and watch the movie. You can work out whatever the rules are, but you'll bring people in because there's a lot of people on a Friday night. They have no money or they got nothing to do. You make a nice local hangout for them.
Yeah, man. That's another thing we want to do as well. That's kind of what this little area back here is. This will be like a gaming area. Back here,
Cool.
we got a couple tables set up with some chairs for people. And then over back here, this is a little podium type thing that came here. We haven't got all the security stuff set up just yet, but obviously we got our security cameras going up this week and all that good stuff. Now, thankfully, where we're at, there is security cameras already on us from our neighbors. So I don't have to worry about break-ins or anything because we do have a neighbor with security, but I still want to have our own system. So this is our lovely bathroom, which nothing really special in here. Then we've got a little storeway closet back here where we've got all our shipping supplies.
With all those monsters you drink, that bathroom is going to come in handy.
Right? Yeah, man, we plowed through some monsters in here for sure.
So just real quick, Robert Manning does online sales too, and he wanted to ask you, serious question: what is the best way to deal with a scammer?
Really, the best way to deal with a man is honestly just blast them publicly. I used to kind of, it's just the truth, man. Honestly, like I used to kind of just let it be, you know what I mean, and just be like, But you can't let these people get away with burning people because they're just going to keep doing it to more and more people. So blast these people, man. Put them out there. If they burn you, and I will say this: make sure that they're burning you too, because like I said, I've had people. I had a guy literally not even talk to me and open up a case with PayPal before he even sent me a message at all. Like that's not how you do business either. But
right,
at the same time, you definitely can't let somebody burn you. You know what I mean? Like don't let somebody get over.
Well, it's
and
also
just
for the next guy, like you said.
Oh yeah,
it's for the next guy too. Protect them.
Yeah, you got to protect the community, man. And, I think that's important. I don't think that, there's enough people that are really putting these people on blast. And I get it. You know what I mean? Some people don't want the drama. Some people don't want to get involved in it. But you're just letting the next person get ripped off. So you got to put these people on blast, man. Put them out there. Put a name on them. Tag them in the groups. You know what I mean? Put them on your own page and blast them. Like that's why I started the Wall of Shame. People that blast that burn me, I put their name out there with the amount that they burn me on.
Right. By the way, I'm going to say this, unless you have no problem with it, but whoever wins the giveaway, the slab and the gift card and everything, please do not turn around and resell anything. If it's being given to you as a free gift, it's kind of tacky to turn around, sell it, and make a profit. Especially the slab. So I like to put that out there. I'm not implying anybody would do it, but unless James says he doesn't have a problem with it, I think it's kind of tacky and no class. If you win a prize on my show, please, enjoy the prize, but don't turn around and sell it and make a profit.
Yeah, enjoy whatever we give you, man. And we do encourage, please come out once we get things running, man. We definitely want to see all the people that have supported us from day one because we have had an awesome following and a great amount of people that have really backed us and supported what we're doing. And we're proud to be doing this, man. And I'm very excited about it. And I love getting up every day and talking books and being a part of this community and being able to provide for my family through this community. It's a beautiful thing. I really enjoy it. And I believe in our business, in our company, and I believe in the community that backs and supports us. I mean, I always say this during our shows, but I really genuinely believe we have the best live show audience as far as a comic show. I mean, our support and community is just unbelievable. I mean, I've never felt a greater sense of acceptance, friendship, camaraderie, and even respect amongst so many people simultaneously as I have in the comic book community. And it's a great thing, man. I've made some excellent friends and awesome connections and met a lot of good people with good hearts. You know what I mean? So that's why even with all the scumbags and the lowlifes that you come across, it balances out, man, because I meet way more better people and good-hearted people and hardworking people than I do the slouches. You know what I mean? They're few and far between. There's way more good people in this community than lowlife.
I agree.
That's what it's about.
Del Guzman wanted to ask you, are you going to miss working out of your house?
Man, I am to an extent. Like I'm still going to be spending a lot of time at home, to be honest, just because what I do now, and people may or may not realize this, but I don't really handle a lot of the day-to-day operations anymore. Like I pay people now to pack our orders for us. My girl does all the invoices and does all the loyalty points for me. Our staff, Jen, takes care of packing orders. I got a guy, Wyatt, now that's doing our website stuff. Malice, does some stuff for the website for me. Dell does promotion for us. Chip does a video for us every week. So I outsource people to help out and assist because, at the end of the day, I can't do this all by myself. There's too many moving pieces. There's too much going on.
I need an intern.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy,
no,
dude.
I really do.
When I first started, I could, when I first started, I was solo, but nowadays there's no way. There's no way. I mean, even with the team I have now, we're still short staffed. We got 7 or 8 heads working with us. I need more people. If y'all want a job, I'm hiring right now. Come on, come work for me. If you're in the Maryland area, I'm dead serious too. We pay cash every day. It's an easy job, just working in the shop, bagging and boarding, or just putting up product or working on a website. I mean, it's easy stuff. Inside, in the air conditioning. Yeah, man, easy job. It's just hard to find good people. People are not reliable. People don't want to work. People don't want to, put in the time and the effort. They just want to reap the benefits.
Well, also because as the comic industry, it's the fun part of their life. They don't know how to mix the work part of it. It's supposed to be fun. It's comics. Absolutely. Yeah, but you know what? There's work to do.
Yep, absolutely, man. And that's definitely something I deal with is people just not wanting to put that drive and dedication into it that I have. And that's a hard pill for me to swallow because I'm putting in 5 figures a week. You know what I mean? Right. I'm spending crazy amounts of cash to make this business a reality. Right. And that's fine. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining about that, but it's hard for me to accept people that won't even put in a fraction of what I put in mentally into it. I don't care about financially. You don't need to put anything into helping us build the empire, but I need support. That's what I need. I need people to support, with being behind the company and the vision. You know what I mean? Not financially. That's the big thing. And it's hard to get people in that level sometimes. It really is.
And you'll take care of them if they do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you can ask anybody that works with me. I mean, ask any of our staff how it is working for me or how I am with the benefits and stuff and letting people take days off and giving bonuses and paying. Dude, I literally bring lunch to my staff almost every day. I'm not even joking. They'll tell you straight up. Like I buy them lunch almost every single day. Like we go out to Chick-fil-A or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll buy them lunch almost every day. I give bonuses for holidays and stuff. I give them discounts when they buy stuff. I give free stuff to them. I let them take off whenever they want. Like I give paid days off. Like I do try to look out for the people that work for me.
Well, the fact is you're investing in them. If you want them to invest in you as an employer, you have to invest in them. So I agree with that. Robert, wanted to ask you, we kind of touched on this. What made you want to sell comics for a living?
Oh, man. What kind of got me into it really was, COVID, to be honest with you. I lost my job. I was working, 50 to 60 hours a week at a juvenile correctional facility, and I hated my job. I mean, it was very stressful. I was there for over a year and a half. It was the worst, most stressful job I've ever had in my life. I had people give me death threats. I had my van stolen from me. I got into a fist fight with a kid. I mean, it was a rough job, man. I went through some real shit working at that job. And I was glad to get out of that because, when COVID hit, I lost that job and I had to find something. At that time, I was already selling comics on the side, but just a little bit. Not like I wasn't doing live sales. I was doing just reply auctions. And I wasn't doing that well either. I was only making like maybe 100 a night, if that. When I would do an auction, I'd only do maybe 1 or 2 a week tops. So I wasn't making much money from it. Barely enough to, not a living wage at all. But as time went on and I lost my job, I was able to put more money and time and effort into this because I already had some money saved. I already had some books and stuff and the knowledge. So I already knew business because that's what I went to college for. I got a degree in business management. That's why I went to school. So I already kind of had the knowledge, and I've ran other businesses. This isn't my first rodeo at running a business. It's just the first time in the comic business. I'm a producer and a MC and an artist outside of this, and that's where I got my start in the business side of things was running a record label. And I transferred that knowledge and information over to running this business. You know what I mean?
So that's where you got the pimp outfit.
Yes, that's where I got the pimp outfit. That's funny. But
Robert Frank says hello, by the way. Hey, Robert Frank, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you, man.
We got a bunch of questions I'm just going to get into so we don't pass everybody up, okay? Because now that they heard what you're giving away, they're rolling them out.
Awesome. So let me see if I can roll through these questions.
We're going to roll through these questions.
All right.
Man, we got holy crap! They just started flooding in. Jesus. All right. Dell said, "Who's the first artist you'd like to work with as far as making it exclusive?" And it's like it's so weird. It's like Dell was overhearing our conversation, before the show. He must be eavesdropping. There must be a mic somewhere in here. But who would be the first artist you'd like to do a store exclusive with?
Well, we've actually done our first store exclusive already, to be honest with you.
Cool. With who?
We did one with my buddy Malice. Actually, we did Mallow and Crimp. We did the Chronicles of Mallow and Crimp. It was what is it? What is it? The number one, limited to 100, and a beautiful cover. It really reminds me, gives me definitely Poison Ivy vibes, which is one of my favorite characters in the DC world. But what a great art, and a really cool cover. Awesome to have that one. And Malice is just a great dude, really cool dude. Awesome to have him as part of our team, because he's a guy that really works hard. I do want to give him a big shout out. And Dell too, man. Dell, Chip, everybody that works for us, everybody that's part of the team, man. I cannot praise the people that work with us enough, because I will say that there is no team or brand or Kraven's Comics without the people that really back and support us behind the scenes. And right. I do want to shout out to all those people that do work with us behind the scenes, that make this brand what it is. You know what I mean? It's not just me. You know what I mean? I might be the figurehead or the face of the company, but it takes a staff of people, my girlfriend and Jen and Wyatt and my buddy Rich that comes and helps us with the live shows, and Dell and Malice and Chip, and everybody is pitching in and helping out, and really pulling their weight and helping us, push things to the next level. And I'm very grateful to have the people working with me that I do. I just need more. I need more people.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
Robert wants to know, what was the first comic you ever owned?
First comic I ever owned, man, that's a great question. The first one I can remember, and this is kind of fun. I think it was Shadowhawk.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was a Shadowhawk book. It was like the first one I can remember getting as a gift from my older brother when I was real little, like 5, 6, like super.
How old
young.
Are you now?
I'm 33.
Oh shit! I got underwear older than you, man. I'm even wearing it. 33. Get out of here. You're a baby. Good for you, though. At 33 to be reaching this success, good for you. Shit, I wish at 33 I had moved like you are. It took me a little longer, but good for you.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I mean, like I said, we make great money doing what we're doing, but it is an expensive business, man. I mean, from
I know. Everybody wants a piece.
To buying collections. I mean, buying collections alone. I mean, last week, like I was telling you before the show, we dropped like 30 grand on collection stuff in the last couple weeks, or last week. You know what I mean? Not just comics, it was other stuff too. Stuff for the store and all. But like, just to give you an idea of how crazy things have gotten. Like tonight, before I came in, I spent like $400 on snacks in bulk for the store, right? Like, because I know we would need it.
You gotta
right?
feed
like,
that cheetah from the Cheetos thing, man. He wants a lot of money.
You do. I was buying like Doritos and chocolate bars and like Starburst and Skittles and energy.
Be careful
drinks,
with that
Monsters.
Chocolate, because then those fools will be touching your damn comic books.
Right? I should have a sign: wash your hands before touching the books.
You know what drives me nuts?
Slobs.
When you're at Artist Alley or you're dealing with comics and they sit there and they put the drink down on top of the box or something, or the table, or they're holding the drink open over that stuff. I want to reach over to them and strangle them and go, "What the hell are you doing?" But that's another story. I digress.
Oh man, I haven't dealt with that yet, but I'm sure I will once we open up. I have to have a sign: no food or drinks around. I guess I have a sign only in the gaming area, only for gaming, sitting down at the table. You don't have merch where it's your stuff on the table.
Exactly. Yes, Dell. He's interested in selling exclusives, and I'm sure he will be soon enough.
Yes, sir. We are going to be working on that. There's definitely a few people I'd like to work with. One artist that I can say that we've already contracted out is my buddy Austin Ott.
Wow, nice. Good artist.
Fantastic artist.
Yeah.
Great guy. And he's going to be doing a cover for us. He's already been paid, taken care of.
Nice.
So we're going to be doing a cover with him. And there's definitely some other guys that I'm talking to that I would love to do some work with. And we actually are also potentially publishing, and I haven't even told you this. This is something that's kind of cool. We might be actually publishing something that I created years ago. I created a tabletop board game called Masters of Mythos, and it's an entire world that I built. It's like almost like Skyrim on tabletop, and it is like an RPG style game that is super in depth. Like I spent 3-4 years developing and building it. There's literally thousands of pages of dialogue to it that I hand typed. Thousands of pages of backstories of every character, of every location, of every relic and artifact in that world. Each sword, each shield has a backstory. Each character, each land, each district has a backstory.
No kidding.
You know? Like it's crazy in depth. And I did all this as a tabletop game, not as a comic. But then as years passed and we never made the game come to fruition because of limitations on cash at the time, which I may follow up and do now that I have a little more money coming in. But we thought, well, maybe we could turn the story into a comic at first. And if the comic does well, then maybe we could bring the tabletop game to fruition. So,
well, you know, the good thing about tabletop too is you just keep making expansions and expansions, and you can keep make money off that one game.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, man.
Also, what's your son's favorite part of your business? That's from Dell.
So my son's favorite part of the business is stamping, because he's a little stamping maniac with our board stamper. He will stamp everything, dude. He stamps our floor, and I have to go behind him and scrub the hardwood up and get the ink off it before it dries, because he loves to just stamp every damn thing he can get his hands on. He's such a little maniac. And then he'll pull books off. The other day, here's a funny little story. So this is a couple weeks ago this happened. My boy will sometimes he gets a hold of stuff that, you know, is set aside for orders to be packed. And we sold a huge book a few weeks ago. And he comes out holding this book, double-handed. He's got the slab in both hands like this, right? He's holding it like this and comes out holding it face first.
And how old is your son for people to understand?
My son is about 19, 20 months, somewhere in there.
So that just to put it in context of your son holding a slab.
Yeah, he's under 2. He's under 2. And I mean, he's big for under 2, but he's still under 2. He's a baby, right? So he's got this slab and he's coming out with it and he's holding it like this. He's like presenting it to me, right? Like here. Like, and thank God he didn't drop it. Do you know what this book was?
What?
It was ASM 14, which is First Green Goblin.
Yeah. It
was like a 4.5. We sold the book on the show for like $3,200.
Wow.
And that's what he's holding in his hands.
Like, don't move.
Yeah, like you're holding a used car in your hand. Can you just chill for a second? Like,
if it's a daddy.
Yeah, like, oh, dude, I was nerve wracked when I about had a seizure when he came around that corner holding the book. But thankfully, he gave it to me, and yeah, man, it wasn't a problem. But
what are you gonna do with all the room in your basement now that you got a store?
Man, I guess my family's gonna get it back now. I mean, because I was running that out of my family house. I live with my family. You know what I mean? My pops is older. My pops just turned 80 and doesn't have the greatest health. So I live at my house to, you know, with my girl and my son, to be able to, you know, take care of my family and all. And we have a huge Victorian home. You know what I mean? Huge house. I basically am gonna let them relinquish it back to the living room again. Not that we really ever have company or need it, but basically just emptied everything out of there, brought everything over here to the shop. So all the live show stuff, all the stuff at the house is now going to be brought over here. The only thing we haven't brought into the shop really yet is the comics, because we haven't set up their in-house security. So we have security from the neighbors, which is fine and will work. But I want to have our in-house security running before we bring the books.
That's your bread and butter. That's your life. Hell yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So everything else is here though, like the t-shirts, pops, figures, and stuff like that. But yeah,
Raphael likes my lounge idea.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a lounge. And here's something that's really cool too. Our neighbor,
the massage tables,
the parlor. I like Brian's idea.
Like the Chinese massage.
I know, right? Come get massage, movies, beer, comics. So here's a cool thing though. Our neighbor next door, literally one building over, is a pizza shop.
Cool.
And then 2 buildings over is a liquor store. So you got
Yes!
the trifecta.
Pizza and liquor.
Yeah, and comics.
What's this? Terry wanted to know what's the square footage of your place. It looks.
So
She said it's huge.
It's very deceptive. It's very deceptive. It looks monstrous. It really does. And it's because I think we've emptied it out really good. You know what I mean? We did a good job of emptying out the walls and clearing out space and stuff like that and setting things up to make it look roomier. But the square footage is actually only like 1,400 square feet, somewhere in there.
That's still a good sized place, though.
Yeah, it's not a huge amount, but I tell you what, it's enough to where we'll be able to have our ideal setup is we're gonna have a little game lounge area where people will be able to play video games and have a big TV set up, and we'll be able to have like little like movies playing. If people don't do the game thing, we can switch it up. You know what I mean? It'll be like the lounge area, but also the left side of that wall is gonna be all vintage game cartridges. So you'll be able to have like the lounge will also have like a whole wall of stuff for sale, or people will be able to try those games out. See, because here's another thing about our lounge. I bought an entertainment center that's long and triple shelf that's only going to have retro gaming systems on it. So the shop, we'll have every Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, Saturn, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, Xbox 360, 1, every system we're going to have hooked up. So we can, A, test the games that come in, B, allow people to play games in the lounge, and C, to have that variety for people just to test before they buy a game. If maybe they want to try a game out before they buy it. So that gives a great opportunity to people to try before you buy in shop, which I think is really cool.
I'm going to take a road trip. I could probably get to you in about 6 hours, 5 hours.
It's going to be worth it, man. I'm going to tell you, we're going to set a really cool event up. Wait till we set up an event to make it really worth coming down, because we're going to set up a few different things here that are going to be really cool, man.
Hey, I might even be
whatever, but
I might even be working on setting up an event with you.
Yeah, man. Like I said, like we were talking beforehand, there's absolutely some great ideas you had and things I would love to follow up on, and build more on it, because I think it could be awesome.
Dell wants to know if you're satisfied with where you are and you think you have long-term goals there, or is this just another stop in your progression? Basically?
Oh, this is I definitely have more goals, and I can tell you what I already have in store for mine. So, and I've already told people this, and it's funny. Before I got this shop, people didn't think I was even going to get this shop. A lot of people thought I was bullshitting. A lot of people did. There's a lot of people that didn't think that I had the capital, that didn't think that I could even buy it or could get the licenses or had the following or the investment money, but I did, and I do plan on expanding more. And what we want to do and what we plan to do in the future is expand to a franchise. Now, not the typical franchise where I have people running we sell franchises out to people. I'll still be operating the main operations and train people here to expand to those areas. Okay. And we'll start off in the Maryland area and the East Coast, and hopefully be able to expand out west and down south and even up farther north, to these different areas. But we're going to start out here in the East Coast, where we're concentrated right now, and try to expand to other buildings in the future. My goal is by the end of next year to have a second shop open. That's my goal right now. By the end of next year, second shop.
Now, I have before I get to the rest of their questions, and we're going to have to get through them, so that otherwise, because they keep coming with questions, and we'll be here for 5 hours. This is a question that's important to me, and I'm going to ask you this because I really do see a reflection of myself in you. Okay. And because I'm older, we'll say it that way. Anyway, you're a hustler, you're a hard worker, and I know you believe in yourself. I know that you feel you can conquer the world because you're willing to put in the effort, and you're willing to learn, and you're willing to do what it takes.
Yes.
I feel the same way. How do you react, though, and how do you deal with it internally when people, despite what you're putting out there, still don't have that faith and belief that you're going to succeed? Because it aggravates the shit out of me. I'm just telling you right now. But it motivates me.
Yes. Yes, it does. And, and I still get things like that, right? I still get comments like, I had somebody say something about the shop, like, it looks a little small. And I don't
and how's yours? How's the one you own, dickhead? Sorry.
and I don't take it as like, and I could, right? I very easily could like take that and be vindictive and upset about it and irritated by it. But at the end of the day, I look at it like not everybody wants to see you do good, right? Like not everybody, like even the people you think should be cheering for you, like sometimes they'll
there are people that
become very jealous.
For you. Yeah, you think they're cheering for you, but in your back and behind your back, they're like, "I hate this son of a bitch for being successful or about to be," what they
Yep.
think you're going to become, and they stab you. You're absolutely right.
Yep. And I've dealt with that so much, dude. I've had so many people
Me too.
that, you know, I thought we're going to be there for, you know, years and years, and people that I was friends with for years that did foul things and dirty things. And that's just this industry, though, man. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? People that I even helped in the industry, dudes that I helped get their show like off the ground and help promote them, they wouldn't reciprocate the same. And that's why I fall back from those type of people. Like I fell back from, there was other shows that I was promoting, and I stopped promoting them because I would invite people to their stuff, promote their stuff, and then I would never see them do it for me. But here's where it's really shitty, because I would see them do it for other people.
I'm going through that right now too.
They wouldn't promote them, but I would promote them. And like literally got them literally, and this is not an exaggeration, literally for a fact and can prove, got hundreds of likes for these people, and nothing reciprocated back. You know
But you know
mean?
what? It's just fuel. It's just, you just remember, you log it in, and you're just gonna prove everybody wrong. You're gonna show them you bet on the wrong horse.
Yep.
You bet on the wrong horse. I hear that.
And to answer that question though, like how do you deal with all that, man? I mean, the best way to really deal with it is
make a T-shirt.
Yeah, make a T-shirt about it. Make them meme famous, right? So good. Make them a Secret Wars shirt. Turn them into a variant. But it's so you know, easy to lose focus when people naysay and try to bring you down and have negative things to say. But the biggest thing to remember, man, if you know you're giving your all and you know you're killing it, it doesn't matter what that person says, because you know at that point they're only saying it out of a place of ill will, out of a place of disrespect, out of a place of misplaced guidance, right? Like they're not saying it because they're necessarily mad at you specifically. They're mad at your success. Right. They're mad that you're doing good. They're not mad at you. They don't hate you. They hate that you're succeeding and they still work a job that sucks ass that they hate. And they see you doing something you like and think that it's easy, and see you make a lot of money. Like, oh, he has an easy job and he makes a lot of money. It's like, bro, I work. There's bags under my eyes kissing my nose, okay? Look at these bags. Bro, this is ridiculous. I look like a raccoon. And this actually doesn't even look that bad right now. Like,
Just tell me you're cosplaying as Robin.
Yeah, seriously. I'm Nightwing. I'm straight Nightwing. I am Nightwing. You know what I mean? Like,
so now there's your variant cover. It's going to be you as Nightwing.
Nightwing, the man that never sleeps.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is, I've had people think that, you know, oh, you just throw money at stuff. I don't have a lot of money, first of all. And second of all, try to just even reach out to certain people, and they don't even respond to you. So how do you even get to that point where you could throw money at them? You know, people just think, they say these silly things. They don't understand how hard you work or the relationships you cultivate over years from being a good person. You know, not using them, being genuine. You know, you cultivate relationships by being genuine, not by being a fake or looking for handouts. Now, here's a good question that I really like. Raphael asks, what will differentiate your store from other stores? And that's a great question.
That is a great question. And thank you for the question, by the way. So one thing that I think is going to separate us more from a lot of other stores is I really, truly do believe, just like our shows, I believe earlier about this, about people that have shops that aren't even collectors. Like there's dudes in the last year specifically that have shops now that never collected a book. They've never read a book. They know nothing about any of the industry. They know nothing about the artist. They don't know nothing about grading. They couldn't tell you any of the terms. You start speaking comics in front of them, they look clueless. Like these aren't the shops that I want to go into and frequent. You know, I want to go somewhere where somebody is knowledgeable, can tell me about the book, maybe direct me to a series I may like. Even if they don't read the books profusely, they should still be knowledgeable in what the books are generally about.
And passionate.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So there's just not enough of that, I don't feel. And I don't feel that there's enough education in the people that are in shops. I can't tell you how many times I've been in a shop and it's some 15-year-old kid that knows nothing about books that couldn't tell you anything about them that's ringing you up. You know what I mean?
Or any less than what just came out recently, right? Exactly.
Yeah, if that. And I mean, you're like, seriously, like you're lucky if they could even rattle off some Cates and like Stegman stuff, like new stuff. Like they're not well versed in books, a lot of these guys, these younger kids and stuff. And I'm not saying that young kids in general aren't versed. I'm just saying a lot of the young kids that are in shops aren't typically well versed in books from what I've seen from the places I've dealt with. And that's where we try to separate and we educate our staff. Part of our training and orientation is I have like a 45-page glossary of terms that you have to go through, and we quiz you on, and we'll run over them and see how well versed you are in them, because it's important to know what a variant is and a double cover and CGC and what grades are and what points are and all that stuff. Like, we train our staff in that. We give them the CGC grading scale and show them how they do the labels and all the labels. We have all that stuff printed out so they can read what the labels mean and get familiarized with the companies. And we have them do our CGC submissions for us. We have our staff do pressing for us. Like, that's, to me, what really makes us different, right? Like, our staff actually does the CGC submissions. Our staff will press your books. Like, we have restoration, we have comic supplies, we have sketch artists that'll do covers, we have everything. You know, we do consignment sales, we do subscription services, we do mystery boxes, we do live shows, we do in-person sales, we do private sales. We try to basically do everything that every place wants to do individually and does do individually, but we do it all. We do everything in one spot, all in one spot. You get your supplies, your pressing, your services, your books, your subscription, everything all in one spot. And that's what we try to be, a one-stop shop. That's why we want to, you know, what we're trying to do to make us be apart from everybody else is to be that one-stop shop for everything.
Awesome. And Robert wants to know, what is your biggest goal in life that you have not accomplished yet?
You know, it might sound, man, it's going to sound vain as shit. I really almost don't even want to say it.
Do it.
But my main goal right now, and I tell my family this, and there's a reason behind it. It's not just to do it. It's because I know that coming with it, it will allow me to do certain things for my family that I want to do. And my big aspiration right now, realistically, in the next 5 years, and I genuinely think I can do this in probably less. And it might sound crazy to some people, and I know there's people that's going to laugh at this, and I hope people do laugh at it, because I want to be able to come back in 5 years and nail this goal. But in 5 years, my true goal is to become a millionaire. And when I say that, I don't mean I just want to have $1 million. I want to be able to pay off my parents' home in full and be able to provide housekeeping for my parents as they age and be taken care of. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to be, at that level of success that I can afford to do that for my family, that I can buy a house for my family and a vehicle for my girl and for my son and pay for his college education and not struggle. That's my big goal. That's my aspiration. That's why I want to, that's my aspiration for becoming a millionaire. That's why I want to achieve that, becoming a millionaire, because I know if I had that type of money, if I attain that type of cash, I've seen what I've done with $10,000 and $20,000 and $50,000 as I've gotten bigger. I know if I get to 100,000 or $250,000, 500,000, I know the potential I have. So if I can become a millionaire in the next 5 years, I know I can provide for myself, my family, and my parents for the rest of my life. So that's my big aspiration right now, my big goal.
Listen, anybody who laughs at that, the fact of the matter is, Todd McFarlane's a millionaire. Do you think he got there because his attitude was, I don't think I can make it? No. I mean, come on, guys, wake up. No one's saying that, oh, I'm going to be a millionaire tomorrow, but if that's your goal, shoot for it.
Yep.
So Terry asked, how does it feel to have grown so quickly?
It's weird. Truthfully, if I'm being 100% honest, it's really weird. Like to give you an idea, okay? So when I first started doing this less than a year ago, right? Because I've been selling longer than a year, but I've been selling in live shows less than a year. So when I did my first live show, I had one customer, and he spent $163, I think it was. It was either 161 or 163 or something like that. But I remember that number. I really remember that number. But that was it, right? And I was blown away. I was like, wow, I made $160 in one night. That's absolutely amazing. And now, you know, in a single night, we'll have 35, 40, 50 customers, and I'll make, you know, 12, 13, 14, 15,000 plus dollars in a night. And that for me is, you know, unreal. Like, I used to make that in like a year. You know what I mean? That was almost a year's salary for me at a job I hated, that I worked 50, 60 hours a week at, busting my ass, having kids in my face saying they were going to murder me and find where I live and come kill me. You know what I mean? Fist fighting dudes, having my vehicle stolen. Like, this was my daily life for a while. Like, I literally broke my pinky on a kid's face in that place because he attacked me. You know what I mean? Like, that was the life that I had to deal with every day. It was a crazy job. It was a crazy, crazy job. And to get out of that and to be able to do comics now and see the success I've had with it and grown, like, you know, as she said, as fast as I have, like, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to see it. But I'm thankful. I'm so thankful that I have this opportunity because the community is amazing. The support's amazing. The people are great. I have made so many friends because I've been a loner. In the last few years, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have anybody locally anymore that I really hang out with. You know what I mean? So it's great to be able to reach out to people and have some cool people that I can talk to and talk books to. And I even tell my customers, look, I don't care if you come in and don't buy a single thing from me. I just appreciate somebody coming in and taking the time to spend a few minutes to talk books with me or to see what we have or to see what the show's about. Like, I'm grateful for that. And I think that's what draws people to me and my show is because it's for me, it's not about the money. I don't care if you don't buy anything. Just come hang out. You know, come talk books with us. Just have a good time.
Well, Richard Jones, who's a really talented artist, despite his betrayal. Yes, Richard, I'm going to keep throwing that at you. I'm kidding, of course. He likes the Facebook store page where he says the store looks great, but the walls need some of his prints on them.
Hey, I'm down. I'm down, man.
Richard's very talented, and he's a good guy.
Raphael
says you sound like a great boss. I think Raphael's going to move from Brooklyn. Terry says that you're creating a family, which is exactly what you do if you're a good boss.
Thank you. Really
and Richard had said, you know, that's what got him back into comics as well. He lost his job of 5 years. Sorry, Richard, but I'm glad that, you know, you're pursuing your dream. So we got a lot of comments. You would like to work with me, he said. He's smiling. He's saying, hey, I want a store exclusive, man. Store exclusive.
Definitely, Richard. Hey, reach out to us. Shoot me an email at cravenscomics@yahoo. cravenscomics@yahoo.com. Send me an email, please. I would love to look at it.
Now, I know the answer to this, but I'm going to let you handle this one. Any chance you will sell indie comics in your shop like crowdfunded books, you know, Kickstarter, Indiegogo?
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm all about independent creators. And I'm all about supporting that and backing indie artists and stuff like that, man. I create myself too, which is one of the things I think that draws me into the comic world more, you know, because it is full of creators of all different sorts, inkers and letters and pencilers and colorists and writers and even dealers. You know what I mean? There is an art to being a dealer. There's an art to selling books, and anybody that tells you any different is not a good salesman. You know what I mean? Like, there's a true, genuine art to selling books. I've seen people go down in flames in live shows because they can't speak, you know, to their customers in a way that draws them in, or they can't speak eloquently enough to make a deal with somebody, you know, or they're too sharp around the edges. And I see that time and time again. And maybe it becomes from being a MC and a lyricist and also being a radio guy previously. Like I have no problem talking in front of larger groups or being in front of people talking and articulating myself at all. And that's another thing that works greatly in my favor because you have to be that way doing these live shows. And there's too many. I see too many guys that are just, yeah, Wolverine for $10. Here's an X-Men that's here, $5. Like you can't be that shy. You can't be that shy and meek. You know, like,
dude,
if you're
you
that
have
guy,
to have
you gotta
energy.
get somebody to do your show.
You have to have energy, or people they'll leave. They want energy. By the way, if Nicholas is still here, Nicholas Gear, you can drop links anytime in the chat. Every show that I do, you're all invited to drop links to whatever you're doing in the chat. There is no spamming. I do not consider it spamming. We are a community. We are here to help each other. Even if it finds you one new customer or something, please drop your crowdfunding, your podcasts. I do not get offended like, oh, you're a rival. You're not a rival. My rival is me. You drop your podcast, you drop your crowdfunding, you drop your comic store, you drop your comic stealing. I don't give a crap. Your art, drop it down there. Richard, you come in a couple of times, but drop every time you hear, man. Dell, drop your podcast. Go for it. Because Nicholas was talking about the relentless Tin Soldier on Instagram. I mean, on Indiegogo. So drop the link, dude. Please do. Because people are lazy. They're not going to go look for that. Drop the link so they can click it. Raphael is probably gone by now. He had to go do his own live, but thanks for showing up. Okay, Robert Manning. Here's got a question. So I'm trying to catch up on all the comments here. They find you interesting, dude. And then we're going to get into just show your website, and then we're going to wrap things up because we've been an hour and a half at this. It's been fast.
Yeah. It doesn't even seem like that long, to be honest with you.
Well, it's the energy that you put out when you talk. When you have guests that have energy, like Sarah last night had energy, and people get interested. But
Yeah.
if you have a guest that's like, well, I was thinking, you're like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know you'll
um,
follow along with all that.
it's like, get it out already, say it. Have you ever thought about doing a scavenger hunt in your store and would it get them to read comics or putting mystery numbers in the back of comics and they could win a prize? I actually did a scavenger hunt at my first convention.
That's really a cool idea, actually. That could be really cool for Easter too. Maybe like an Easter egg hunt in the shop could be something really fun. But I like that idea of a scavenger hunt. There's definitely a lot of really cool promotional ideas we've had over the last couple of weeks, just trying to think of ideas and brainstorming things of ways to bring people in and things that are just different, right? Because everybody like, oh, we could do a sale or we could have a pizza party or whatever. I mean, there's things that every shop has done or is tried before, but I do want to try some different things. I do want to do some different things. I'd love to host, like, how cool would it be? Now, this is something I've never heard of a shop doing, and I think this is dope. Tell me it wouldn't be cool to have a shop that hosted a field trip to like a comic book museum as a group.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, nobody does that.
Right? Like,
Nobody.
and I'm sure there's a few of them throughout the country that would be worth going to. Different spots of just even art museums and stuff. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That would be really cool. I think hosting like events where we travel somewhere to do something.
That is awesome. Yeah, man.
Really neat, man. And I've never seen it done before. Yeah, I think that would be really cool.
You could do field trips to conventions.
Dude, that's an awesome idea. I didn't even think about that. That's
do a field trip to a convention. Yeah, shit. When my convention's around, come on down.
Dude,
bust them in.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that idea. That'd perfect.
Be cool. You could maybe talk to the promoters, work some things out. Maybe they get discounted tickets or something, or you could be a sponsor for the show. Or there's a lot to do with that. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I love that idea.
We got to talk more. We
got some good ideas going back.
You got great ideas. I got great ideas. We got great ideas.
They like it as us.
Yeah, exactly. He wished he lived there or went to that store. Well, you know what? Maybe someday things get better. If you're ever on the East Coast side, come on down. How far are you from Greensboro, North Carolina? Terry wants to know.
North Carolina, I think we're probably about a 6-hour drive, maybe a little less. I know I want to.
So you're right between us and me and her. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I know I went to South Carolina years ago, and I think the ride was like 8-hour drive down to Charleston, South Carolina, which is a little bit farther south. Okay. I think it's probably about a 6-hour drive from North Carolina, somewhere around there. But we're gonna be hosting some big events to make it really worth people's while, because I know a lot of people want to come visit us, and we're all for that. We love that idea, but just because of the way I am, I really want to make it special. If people were to come out, I want to make it awesome. I really want to make it worth. I want to make like a big all-day event, have artists in, have a signing going on, have like the whole store ready to go, have some indoor-outdoor stuff, have food vended in.
And I'll do you one better. If you got time with all that going on, why don't you do a live broadcast with me on your grand opening?
I'd love to do that. I would love to do that, man.
Yeah, we'll work that out. We'll work that out. Yeah. You do a live broadcast on my show when you have the grand opening, and you could show what's going on and the show set up, the store set up. That'd be cool.
Yeah, 100%. That's a guarantee.
Now I don't know what, because I know he said it a while ago, but I don't know what I did. But I get a lot of dams. I shoot my mouth off too much. Here's a question from Dell. Do your struggles define you as a person, and did the struggles push you to achieve more?
Yeah, man. I mean, I would say that, I've never worked a job that I've enjoyed. I've never had a job that was easy. I've never made a lot of money at anything I've ever done. I've never been financially well off. I never had anything handed to me. I worked very hard for everything I have. I went to college. I dropped out of high school, went back, got my GED, got through college, got my degree, started my own business, ran my own company, built it from the ground up. Didn't get any bank loans, didn't have anybody give me any startup cash, didn't have any startup capital, didn't inherit any collection. I built everything I have from myself from the ground up. And I think that's probably one of the things I'm the most proud of, that nobody gave me, pardon the French, but nobody gave me shit. You know what I mean? Nobody gave me anything. And I mean anything. like no handouts at all. And I'm fine with that. I don't expect a handout or think I should have got one, or you know what I mean? But to me, that's so much more important to me as a person, and
You earned
that
it.
much to me that I've done this myself, and I didn't have to piggyback on anybody else. And I didn't have to ride on anybody's coattails or fame. I didn't have to get any hand me out money or ask for a handout to start things up or try to get any type of financial backing. I did it myself because I didn't want to rely on having to get other people to support me, because the person that's going to support you the most in your dream is you.
Right.
And it's where a lot of people drop the ball because they expect everyone else to lift up for them. And if you're not pushing the hardest for yourself, if you're not gunning for yourself the hardest, no one's going to get behind you. No one is going to get behind you. If you're not 100% confident as hell in yourself, no one backs a iffy guy. No one backs the guy that says, I might be able to succeed, maybe. No one backs that guy. Nobody does. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be driven and put your all into it and show people you're going to put your all into it. You know what I mean?
Well, why would somebody believe in you? Well, if you don't believe in you, why the hell is anybody else going to believe in you?
Yeah. It's a example type thing, right? Like, if you're not going to prove yourself that you have faith in what you're doing, then why the hell is somebody else going to come and back what you do? You know,
right.
you got to have that confidence, and you got to believe in yourself, and you got to show it too.
Are you a CGC or CBCS affiliate, or are you going to be both? Are you going to be one or the other?
Yes, we have a CGC Elite count. We are the highest tier. We have the CGC Elite count, and we are working on getting a CBCS account because we do want to get that signature verification and offer another thing for our customers, which I think is a really, really cool thing to do. Because there is a lot of guys that are all about the CGC and they hate CBCS, and I get it, right? Like, it's cool. Like, I'm not one of them guys that goes either way. I think they're whatever. But we do want to offer more for our customers and for our supporters, and that's something that I really wanted to do is add the CBCS stuff. So we will be adding CBCS soon enough. I'm working on that, and also getting one of our employees here to be a witnesser for CGC as well for signature signings.
Cool. So I'm trying to get. There's so many comments now. You're a popular guy tonight. So awesome. One of the first times I talked to James online, he had me taking pictures of Dad's old house he owned in the 70s.
Yes, he lives by my dad's old house over in Hampstead, Maryland, and he drives by it. He said he lived a few miles away from it. He was cool enough to send me a bunch of photos of it, which, by the way, thank you again for that, Brian, because I showed my pops and it brought back a lot of memories for him. He hasn't seen that house in years, so seriously, thank you for that. That was really cool.
If you ever need a cheesy promo video, talk to Christina Hutchison.
Awesome. Awesome. I definitely will. Definitely. Shoot us an email. Please shoot us an email. If anybody has anything they're reaching out about, just so I don't forget and just so I have context, please shoot us an email at cravenscomics@yahoo.com. I promise we will get back to you quick.
Now, I don't know exactly what he's referring to because it was earlier that he sent this, but I won't say that. Maybe it's about my betrayal. Maybe he's going to say a nice thing about me. I don't know. But I'm always trying to hook Richard up for work. Richard's a good guy, and he should get more work. That's awesome. You know, don't mind his personality. Look at his talent.
That's funny.
I kid. Terry says she's down for the field trip. Nice. Brian's still waiting for the 24-hour marathon charity sale. Laugh out loud. Richard Jones sent you an email.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Richard.
I'm like the Love Boat of comics, man. I mean, like, we make connections here. I love connection. You know, we make the connections, but
it's good.
We are caught up, thank God, on all this. So let's go to the website and show what's going on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm going to knock our handsome faces out, but we can look. So first of all, it's really easy to navigate, really nice. So why don't you walk us through this while I'm, and tell me where you want me to go and what you want me to click on. We got a video there.
Yeah, so we'll show a little bit of what we got here. So if you hover over the live show tab, you'll see that it breaks down into a couple categories. And the live show tab will allow you to go to watch the live show when we're actually live. So during our shows, you can just click directly there to get to that. The private sales tab is where you can go if you want to set up a one-on-one with us during any time of the week. You can set a private one-on-one appointment to do a video chat with us and buy directly online.
Cool.
The tab under the loyalty program is a program that we actually give to everybody that attends our live show. every $10 they spend during the live gets them a point, and they can refund the points later on for discounts, free shipping, and even key books that we actually have on a loyalty rack. The last thing, their wheel rewards is we have a giant wheel that we spin on the show that has all types of goodies on it. And as they accumulate goodies, we keep track of them in their account there. So they might have 5% off an order, free shipping on an order. They might get some free books or whatever. That is all tracked in the wheel rewards as they get those items.
By the way, here's the cover you were talking about before, just real quick.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's that. Malo and Kremp. Yep. Very, very cool book. Great cover too, man. Virgin variant and our first exclusive.
It's really good. Actually, and not the artist, but like how realistic he looks. It's kind of like a Shannon Mayer realistic. Again, I'm not comparing him as an artist. I'm saying that it's just I love that realistic style. It looks like a photograph, you know? That's pretty cool.
Also, and here's a cool story about that. The chick that did that is a real woman that is actually a friend of the writer who is going to do modeling, wearing our shirts and holding up the variants very soon for us. So that's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually modeled after a real person, which is really neat. The store tab you'll see breaks down into different categories, comics and toys, all that good stuff. And each of those will break down into subcategories to make it easier to get to certain things. And showcase some of the different inventory that we have. And as you can see,
Star Wars Black Series figures, 6-inch Black Series figures?
Not yet, but that's something we're all going to be getting into is the new comic and / new figure world. We haven't been able to get into that because we haven't had space, but I do plan on getting a Diamond account and probably a Wizards account as well. So you can definitely expect to see a lot of new merch and books coming to the shop very soon, next month or two, I would think.
You'll be selling movies too. Look at this, you are a one-stop shop.
Yeah, man, we have all of it in there. Even original art, props, and specialty items. I mean, we sell everything. We actually have lampshades made from comic book art. There's some really, really cool stuff in there, man. The original art right now, the only thing actually that's in there at the moment is an item that I did. It's actually a set of cards, 9 little individual sketch cards that I did a set of. And it's the full set that is all hand drawn and hand colored by me myself.
Very cool.
It's got a Hulk in there, Spidey, Iron Man, Daredevil, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Thor, Cap, and Doctor Strange. And they're all individually hand numbered, one-offs. There's only one set of those. They weren't duplicated. They weren't printed. They weren't mass produced. So those are all one-off original set, hand signed, all done by me. And I'm going to be putting up more of my sketches too. I have some other sketches and work that I've. We have tons of different services that we offer: pressing, cleaning, restoration, CGC submissions, which, like we just mentioned, we'll also be adding CBCS submissions.
Will you start doing witness series?
Yes. That's another thing we want to be able to do too. Yeah, the witnesses is another thing we're working on as well. As you can see, we also do hold boxes. So if somebody gets something on the show, let's say they get 1 or 2 books, they want to come back next week. They don't have to pay the shipping. We wait until the next week, add the shipping together, save them a little bit of money. It's just a way for us to make things cheaper for our customers and more easy for them. Less packages, less waste of materials, less money spent for them. We're all about saving customers money if we can. Then we do consignment sales. So if you have a collection, a single book, whatever it may be, maybe not even a book, maybe a collectible, a figure, whatever it may be, we can sell that for you for a certain percentage and help you move that product. Some people have problems moving stuff or they don't know where to go. So rather than go to a pawn shop and be robbed and get pennies on the dollar for your stuff, we basically, I think if I'm correct, our consignment rate, I think, is 20 or 25%, something like that. It's a very small fee in comparison to what a lot of places will charge, because a lot of places in consignment will do either like 30, 40%. I even seen some do 50%. So we keep it low percentage and help people move the stuff that they have trouble selling. As far as the sketch covers, we have a small stable of artists that we work with to provide custom sketch covers if somebody would like to get something done on an original piece of art or something that they want done on a book or something of that nature. And then the final one down there is the subscription service, which is a monthly subscription comic service. So every month we will send you a certain amount of books based on the tier that you choose, and the value of the books will be based on the amount that you choose based on the tier you choose. And what we put in those boxes will be based on what you choose personally as your favorite characters / publishers. So it's kind of a mystery box, but you'll know the characters / publishers you're getting because we custom tailor and cater it to your wants and needs as a collector or as even a reseller if you wish to sell the books. But we custom tailor those books to your needs and wants to make sure that you get stuff you want in the mystery box and not a lot of crap you don't care about, because that's what a lot of mystery boxes are, and we don't like to do that. So the next thing there is supplies, real cut and dry, simple. We sell bags, we sell boards, we have Mylar bags and boards. We also have top loaders, and comic book dividers. So, something we might provide down the road will be long boxes, short boxes, possibly CGC bins and other supplies. But when we were basing things out of my house, we had to do a smaller amount of stuff. I couldn't do as much. So it's a smaller amount of selection of supplies right now, but basically all the main things you really need, right? Like the things that most people are trying to grab. Boxes will come in time, and top loaders for trading cards and stuff like that will come in time. But right now we focus primarily on comic book supplies specifically. The community tab there has several things, and it expands even further once you're logged in, but that has the news, events, and of course our street team, which we do have a service where you can make money every day just by sharing us out. Now, granted, it's not a ton of money, but you can make $5 a day just sharing out our link and sending people invites on Facebook. Every day you can do that. So, I mean, you can basically make $35 a week. You can make $140 a month. If you do it every day, you can make almost $150 a month just sharing a link and sending invites. I think that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? So that's something that we have.
Real quick, I'm sorry. Yeah, a couple of people are complaining that I didn't get to all their questions. It is very difficult to do that, guys. I'm trying to run a show and talk to my guest. So what I'm going to do is, after we're done with the website, we'll do like a quick 10-minute, because we've been on this almost 2 hours. We'll do a quick 10-minute Q&A where I'll get to your questions, but we're going to limit it to 3 questions per person, or we'll do 5 questions per person, because there's been a whole plethora of questions, and it's not easy to get to that and still have a flowing conversation, guys. So you got to be patient, you got to be understanding, and you got to work with me, okay? I know we all want to win. I know it's a great giveaway, and I love that you guys are part of this. Thank you, but we have to be fair and realistic about, asking 600 questions. It's not always easy to get to. So let's just go to the website. We'll do a 10-minute Q&A after, and then we'll wrap things up. Okay.
Awesome.
So
sounds good, man. So the wish list is basically, if you look at the top, you see that there's a little heart, and then there's the shopping cart. So the wish list is the heart, things that are added into that category. So that's things that you may want to get, but don't have to commit to buy. They don't go to your shopping cart. So we put that feature in there to let people kind of build things as they go and kind of custom tailor the things they want to get next week, and then kind of, put that stuff aside and favorite those items until they actually commit to buy them the next week.
Cool.
And then the next tab there, the about, basically breaks down our general info, which goes over the store hours. It has our location on Google Maps. It has kind of what we do here and a little bit about us. The contact info or the contact page is basically a direct contact page to email us directly if you want to reach out. The FAQ will go over all the questions and things that we have as far as shipping, when we ship out orders, how often we ship, how we package things, how long shipping takes, and any other questions people may have about our live show, what day it is, and things like that. All that's in there. The social tab breaks down all our social medias and has links to our IG, our YouTube, our Facebook, and all that stuff. The careers is actually how you can work with us. If you want to get a job with us, we are hiring. Right now we're hiring.
Is this active right now?
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And we are always hiring people, always looking for people to come here and help out with the team, because it is a nonstop job, man. And we are always grinding and working to get things done. So always looking for extra help around here.
Nice.
The final tab that's up there is the login, and that's for somebody that's new to the site. Once you log in, that login tab goes away, and it'll have the person logged in. And if you see on the right there next to the magnifying glass, there's a little X on the person. That just shows you're logged out. It'll just go to a regular person with no X once you're actually in. And once you're logged in to the site, I do recommend people, make an account on the site, because we are going to be doing sales that are exclusive to members. So members only sales and discounts. And there's going to be a lot of exclusive member only content as well. And we're also working on making it more social media based on the back end. So like almost like a Facebook of comics. You know what I mean?
Cool. And of course you got a search engine, and you've got a cart system. So that's great.
Yeah. And then if you scroll down actually on the page itself, on the bottom there, you'll see there's quick links to get you to your cart, your orders. You can see the loyalty points and the wheel rewards real quick. You can see how you can sell games or merch to us and sell directly to us, become an affiliate with us. Then
Look
it has
at that.
other
Look at those two top affiliates.
Look at these guys. I've seen those names before.
Look at that.
Then obviously we've got another search bar down there at the bottom for ease of access and all for you to look for things. And yeah, man. And then on the main on the main page, that's where we have the news stories as well. At the bottom, we'll have comic book related news that's updated every couple of days. Our buddy Malice puts up a news story of what's going on in the comic book world. And then we always have featured items up here in each category, and it'll always show the top 10 or 11 newest items that we actually have hit the shop.
Awesome.
Which is really cool. And it shows all the forms of payment we accept, which is a boatload.
And when you get bigger and like the site is getting a ton of traffic, will you start like selling ad space on it?
We've thought about that, yeah, man. Right now we do have the affiliate links where people can pay to become an affiliate at the bottom if they wish, but we do want to have something ad based to give a visual.
Right.
And to cycle in more people too, because with flashing banners, we can cycle in more different brands that way. It's staying constant and take up the same amount of space, which is great. So we will be looking to do that likely, and very, very excited about that, and pushing things further. And this site really allows us to expand to our customer base more and give them more of what they want when we're not doing a live show, because we only have a once a week live, and up until this week we didn't even have a physical store. So the website has really been a great way for people to connect with us outside of the show and to get stuff from us without coming to the show, or if they miss the show they can come buy stuff.
Very cool. And you got your different tabs here, of course, for the different categories. That's awesome.
Yeah, just a quick way to get to different things. And if you want, like you mentioned earlier, if you want to play that little ad there, that's actually a commercial. We put together a little 1.5-minute commercial that kind of runs over what we do. So if you want to play that, it goes over the basics. And
yeah, I just got to do one thing. I forgot to hit the audio for the share. So
no problem. No problem.
Share screen, audio. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm going to play it now. And,
awesome.
And that way now we have sound. Let me know if you don't hear it.
I did all the editing on the video, by the way. I did all the editing.
Kraven's Comic Books and Collectibles buys, sells, and trades a wide variety of various collectibles, including comic books, trading cards, action figures, and much more. We have a weekly live show that airs every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Our live shows feature tons of high-end comic books, including slabs, key issues, signed books, stackers, and many other sought-after issues. Additionally, we offer CGC submission services, comic book cleaning, pressing and restoration, supplies, and much more. Also, if you're looking to sell your comics or collectibles, whether one issue or a whole collection, we have you covered. We can help you sell piece by piece via consignment, or we can buy your collection outright from you in cash. The choice is yours. Make sure to check out our website as well at www.cravenscomics.com. That's KRAVENS comics.com. Kraven's Comics, for the comics you crave. Because that's the kind of guy I am.
Who did the voiceover? Because voiceovers are not easy.
No, man. I actually outsourced the voiceover from a guy on Fiverr that does videos for movie trailers and stuff like that.
Very cool. And he's got that in a world where
in a world. And you know what's funny? I can do that because I did voice In a World. One man stands alone against the test of time, coming summer 2021. Like I can do the voice. Like I have a voice to do it. Yeah, like I can do the voice. It's just, but for me, like I wanted to get variety because I've done so many voice things for myself and my own stuff. I wanted a different voice. And like, we even did some outsourcing with some like animation and stuff. And I have a spokeswoman commercial that's coming out next week that we haven't even released yet. that I paid a spokeswoman to do a video for us, like professional green screen and 4K quality, like real nice, like, because I realized that investing in yourself and marketing is super important. Like we had Redman do a video for us. We had Mike and Ming did videos for us. We had Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds do a video for us. You know what I mean? Like doing those types of advertising and having those types of placements is a huge, huge effect, because it channels different people from different worlds. Like Redman's in the hip hop lane, and then you have classic movie fans that recognize Ogre, and then comic heads that recognize Mike and Ming. So like you're pulling from all these different directions and all these different crowds, and it definitely pulls to a larger audience. But all these audiences kind of amalgamate around the same thing, right? So that's one of the things that is just really great to see, the coming together of all these different collectibles and things that I'm into, and see them all merge together, the comics and the cards and the action figures and the pops and the games and the movies and everything. It just all comes together for me. It's a great feeling, man. I love doing it. I love dealing with this stuff every day and getting my hands on books and collectibles and just playing with this stuff, man. Like a big kid. It's just like, like some of this stuff, man, I haven't seen in so long, and I really love getting my hands on this stuff and being able to, have it first person and, just physically, tangibly hold these things.
It's a comic noise. So once we share a post to your webpage, we just message you about it every day.
Yes. Basically, yeah, comic. What you want to do is you go to the page and it'll tell you the info about the street team. All you have to do is send me a screenshot that you sent out the invites, and you're good to get paid. I have guys that get paid every day with me, and I will pay you via PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, whatever works for you. And I do pay every day. Like I said, it's only $5, but all you have to do is send a link. You share a link and invite people. It literally takes, and you can invite all your friends with 2 clicks. 2 clicks. So to share a link is 1 click, or excuse me, 2 clicks. And then to share the invites is 2 clicks. So click a mouse 4 times. I will literally give you more than $1 per click. More than $1 per click. Click a mouse 4 times, and I'll give you $5, and I'll do it every day. Every day.
Cool.
You make $150 a month for clicking a mouse 4 times a day. That's the easiest money I've ever heard.
Hustling. So listen, we're going to do 10 minutes right now, if that's what we want, but the most. It's 3 questions per person is the limit, because I cannot, I'm sorry, it's just too much. I don't know who's left in the room, but this is what we're going to, I'm telling you right now. We have the other questions to consider, and then whoever didn't get answered questions, I'm going to take 3 from each of you right now. We got 10 minutes. Do me a favor, just put them up one at a time. Give us a little chance to talk about them before you start throwing. And you win a T-shirt that says "We'll Work for Comics." You win a $100 gift certificate to the website we just looked at, and or the comic shop that he's opening soon, with no restrictions on what you can buy with it. You have $100. And you will get a slab of his choice, but it's home right now, so he has to get it for you. We'll Work for Comics, Kraven's Comics. So you're getting a really generous offer here for best question. Now, we haven't worked out. Are you going to pick best question? Am I? Or are we going to both? Or I don't care either way.
I think you should do the honors. It's your show, sir. I'm just a guest. You get to pick the best question.
It's up to you. You're the one giving away everything.
I'll give the gift. You pick the winner.
All right. I accept $50 donations with the question. No, I'm kidding. All right. So Terry's got the first question, and we're going to go with that. What comics should I have in my collection?
Oof. Okay. That's a great question. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it a 2-parter. Because I don't know if you're a DC or Marvel fan, and I'll give one from each. One that I feel from DC that's like a must-have, and one from Marvel that I feel is a must-have. So let's go ahead and start off with the harder of the 2 for me, because I'm not necessarily the biggest DC guy, but I am pretty versed in some of the titles, and I do have my favorites and things that I like. So for me, if I'm going to say something from DC that you would absolutely have to have, a specific book, for me to nail down one, I might better nail down a couple, but I would say it would have to be something Batman key related. I would personally go with maybe one of the villain keys, maybe a first Silver Age Penguin or first Silver Two-Face is a good one. Those are two that I really like. Is the Ra's al Ghul is a great book. There's a few of them that I really, really do like that I feel are great keys. First Man Bat is one that I really like. There's a few of them, man, and the Batman arcs that I like. For me, it would definitely be one of those, or maybe even a Freeze. First Mr. Freeze is a really cool book too. Those are some of the ones that I would feel are like must-haves in DC. Now, Marvel, I'm a lot more familiar with. I'm a Marvel guy through and through. If I had to say one off the top right now, because it's more easily attainable price-wise, I'd say an Iron Man 1. Iron Man 1 right now is one of the ones that's not, it's not cheap, but you're not going to pay 5 figures for one right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can get one for like a nice ass one in 4 figures, like in a couple thousand, like a nice one. So that's one of the ones that's still attainable. It's not a $60,000-$70,000 X-Men one. You know what I mean? Like, some of them books are just so unattainable right now. So if you're talking about more attainable, like,
so fast.
Yeah, those are like more realistic keys that I think, that's a bigger one. Iron Man. Submariner 1's a great one. Luke Cage 1's a great one that aren't crazy yet. Those are good ones to get. Now, if you're talking big boy keys or like Holy Grail status, like on either side for me, Tales of the Suspense 39 for me is a really big one. I'm a big Iron Man fan, so that Tales, Captain America #1, Golden Age, that's a monster, and a monster price, right? Obviously ASM 1, Holy Grail. There's some that are just really, really phenomenal books that I would love to get my hands on and that I would put in the top echelon, but realistically are just unattainable because of their price. AF-15, like, I'd love to get it, but realistically probably not happening in this lifetime.
I know the book that you have to have in your collection, and this is so disgustingly wrong of me. Tragedy #1.
There you go. I like the way this guy thinks.
I never solicit like that while a guest is on the show, but I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. Forgive me. That was so classless.
Oh, it's good. Oh, it's great. It's great. Do it again. Make sure to share the link to it.
Yeah, right. So, Del Guzman, are you following the mainstream shows to determine what's hot right now?
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't watch a lot of other shows.
You're too busy.
Yeah, dude. Like, there's a couple people that I watch, but they're friends, right? Like, the people, and there are people that I buy, like people that buy for me, I'll buy from, because I reciprocate, right? Like, if they come into my show and spend some time with me, I'll go check out their show. Even if I don't buy anything, I'll at least pop in and show up and show support. You know what I mean? Or try to. So. That's typically what happens is I deal with people like that. But as far as like going and just watching random shows, I don't honestly do a lot of that, man. I don't buy from a lot of random people. I've had too many bad experiences last year buying books from people, and it's like, oh, cool, the whole stack's water damaged. Dope, that's neat. Or like, oh, they're all detached. That wasn't even mentioned at all, but neat. You know what I mean? Just like things like that happen that kind of pull me away from ever wanting to build with like total strangers or deal with strangers when it comes to buying books and stuff. So I tend to deal with big dealers and collectors. In fact, one of the guys that I deal with on the regular is out of Jersey and has the second largest comic warehouse in the country. And it is absolutely magnificent going in there. I literally shook the first time I went in there because it was so many. It was overwhelming. I'd never seen anything even close to it. Like, even the biggest con or convention or collector I've seen, like, nothing. Like, it was unbelievable. A warehouse-sized building, tall as you can see, far as you can see, wide as you can see, with longs. And I'm not exaggerating at all. And it, like, in good longs, not like longs of dollar junk, like longs of, like, dude, there was literally, like, I remember seeing there was one long box. There was an entire long box of first appearance of Bishop, X-Men 282. A long box of them. A long box of X-Men.
I have 3 of those.
362. A long box.
The first Bishop, I have 3 of them. My mother went to a flea market years ago and she found it and it was $1. And she's like, I picked this up for you because I know you like X-Men. Do you have this? It was like, oh, I have it already, but yeah, I'll take it. Thanks. And here's the funny thing. All 3 of them are easily a 9 points. Well, 2 are a 9.8 and the one she got's like a 9.4. If I would have graded it, they would be.
That's nice, man.
I
That is
know.
nice. You can't go,
My
you
mother
can't
was
go
always
wrong
good at
with
that.
some nice
She,
stuff.
dude, she won a Nintendo Wii for $10 when it first came out. She's like, I don't know if you want. She calls me. I won this video game system. I don't know if you want it, but it was like when the Wii first came out. It was like the biggest thing, you know. I'm like, well, yeah, shit, yeah, I'll bring it home. So my mother's always been good at that stuff, and she's good at like she'll find comics. I found this for 50 cents in a flea market. I thought you'd like it. I'm like, are you kidding me? This is like first appearance of this person or whatever. She's so good at it. She doesn't even have a clue, and she's good at it.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Dell's third and final question, because he's asking too many. What advice would you give a newcomer about selling comics or even collecting? Or is that his second? Let me see.
Okay, so if you're
that's two. He gets one more. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, if you're getting into books and you're trying to sell, man, the one thing I can say with starting, and everybody says this too, but it's true. Buy what you like. When you start off, buy what you like, because you're going to know the values and the market and the keys of whatever it is you're into more so than anything else right off the break, right? The stuff that you're not familiar with, don't try to get familiar with it and sell it right away, because you're going to murder yourself. You're going to underprice things. You're not going to value things right. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. A lot of keys are going to slip by you. Take it from somebody that's done that mistake. You know what I mean? I made that mistake before. It took a while before it's been about a year, and I'm still just getting my feet wet in DC stuff. You know what I mean? And indie stuff. You know, I know I know this stuff well. Like, I can point out keys all day to you. I mean, I can go through a grocery list of keys and point out covers and be like, this is this, this is this, this is that. But, you know, you have to become a walking encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to books if you really want to be successful. You need to be able to look at you need to be able to see this much of a cover. You need to be able to see this much of a cover and know exactly what issue it is out of a stack of books. If you can't see a corner that's 1 inch or even half that, if you can't see this much of a book, that little shred,
that's a good point.
It is, then you need to practice your keys more. You need to learn and look at books more, because I can look at a stack of books.
That's a good point. I've never heard anybody say that. That's a good damn point.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to train yourself to be able to find these things, man, because a lot of the best deals you're going to find are going to be from people that don't even realize that they have something big. And I'm not saying lowball them and throw them some shitty, cheap lowball offer, but you can get things at a reasonable price if they don't care about the book. If they're not a collector, if they're not a dealer, if they just want to get a little bit of cash out of it, they don't care about making a top premium for the book. They don't care about the book being in a 9.8 or 9.6 because they're not a collector or dealer. They don't care about that. Just want to get some decent money. So my thing is, I'll never burn somebody or rob somebody when buying a collection. And if they have something that I feel that is too big for my britches, I'll straight up tell them, like, I can't. You have a crazy book, but I can't pull the trigger because my wallet's not fat enough for it. And I buy 5-figure collections, but I've had to tell people. I've had somebody come in with a 6-figure book before, and I had to tell them that I can't buy it because I don't have enough money for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they didn't know what they had. They didn't realize what they had. But I told them because I'm not a scumbag. Like, I'm not going to burn. I wouldn't even feel good. Like, even if I got it and they didn't know and it was no bad issue to them, like, I wouldn't feel good about making that money because I would know that it's basically taking it out of that person's pocket for ignorance. My ignorance of, you know what I mean? Doing something like that. It's ignorant. It's disrespectful. So I can't get down with that. And yeah, it might cost me some money, but at the end of the day, you know, my integrity and my self-worth and how I handle things and how I deal with people is way more important to me than making the money. The money will come. You know, money will come. You treat people good, money will come. You know what I mean? So when you screw people, that's when you screw yourself. I always tell people that when you screw somebody, the person you're really screwing is yourself. Truthfully,
it's the truth.
You're screwing yourself. You know what I mean? Not the other person. You're making things worse for you. They might cause them a issue or a hindrance to them, but in the end, you're causing yourself way more shit by being negative and trying to bring somebody down or be foul or nasty about a situation, because it's going to reflect back on you and be worse, especially if you're in a business or you
especially with a t-shirt. Yeah, you get a t-shirt. Listen, we've hit the 10-minute mark, so whatever questions are there, I'm going to finish them out, but I can't take any more questions now. I know there's a delay, so if another one pops up, I'll include it. But we got to wrap this up at some point, guys. So, Brian Chamberlain, You mentioned family a lot. What's the biggest lesson you want your son to take away from what you've created?
Thanks for that question, Brian. Great question too, man. And glad you stuck around for this. So, the reason I mentioned family a lot and what I want him to take away from this business, family is very important to me. It's always been important to me. I've had a very close-knit family. I'm lucky that my parents have stayed together my whole life. I know a lot of people come from broken homes and divorces and things like that. And I understand that it's not, everybody doesn't come from a perfect home. And I don't come from a perfect home, but I had a great upbringing. I had great parents that raised me well, and family was always important. And I try to instill that in my family and in my son, and spend time together and have family time and spend time with my girlfriend and our son. And, that's important to me. And one of the biggest things that I really want him to take away from this and from seeing me do this business and being a part of this business is that hard work does pay off. That honesty, hard work, and dedication will pay off. Not can, will. It will pay off. If you believe in it, it will pay off. And that's very important to me, that he gets that takeaway and sees that in me. It's important that he sees me work hard to get what I really want. Like, that's important to me, that he sees that he sees his dad busting his ass every day for the dream, for him, working for him, for his future, because, one day he'll have a son or a daughter, and I want him to be able to provide for them even better than what I can do. Even better and bigger than what I can do for my sons. That's my ultimate goal, and my drive, man. My drive is for my family. My girl works for me full time at the shop, doing stuff. Sending out invoices. She does all the paperwork for us. And she takes care of my son while I'm at the shop and taking care of things. So, I can't. I have to provide for basically my whole family, because she has to work at the shop and help me with my son. Like, she couldn't work a full-time job. And my son obviously is only a year and a half, so he can't work a job.
Yeah, get to work, man. Pay some rent.
And then it's all on me, man. And I'm fine with that. But that's my drive, though. That's the reason I drive so hard, because I know that it falls on my shoulders to provide for my family. And this is what it does. It's the comics, man. This is my 9 to 5. So for the last year, basically, actually it's been over a year now, because it was March I left my job. So over a year, March of last year. So it's been over a year now that I've been living off of comic books, and it's an awesome feeling, because I enjoy doing it. I love the community. I love the people. I have fun doing the shows. I get homesick when I miss a show and don't get to see the crowd. Like, I do. Like, it genuinely sucks. Like, I'm like, man, I miss, the witty jokes from Katie, or I, miss the humor from Kong, or I, the funny comments that Joe was there, or just anybody in the show. You know what I mean? Like, I miss certain things people would say, and little jokes and inside jokes, and just the back and forth and the banter and just talking books in general. Like, you miss that when you're away from it for a little bit. So even these 2 weeks while we're prepping the building, while we're not doing these shows, it's going to suck. Like, I've already been trying to go live and do little unboxings so I can spend some time with the people in between. So there is still something going on. So it's not just them waiting, because I want to be able to still interact.
Comic Noise, and this is a good follow-up question actually from someone else. When you get older, are you going to just give your books and business to your children, or are you going to make them earn it just like you did?
Oh man, that's a fantastic question. It's funny. I always said that in my will that things will be left to my family, and specific books would probably be divvied out to different members of the family and things like that, so everybody can get a piece of the pie. But yeah, I definitely think that it would be a great idea. I love the idea of having something in there that maybe that he does have to, do something in order to attain something out of the will. You know what I mean? Maybe he does have to achieve a certain level of success for it to be unlocked to him, or reach a certain something,
right.
You know what I mean? For it to be given to him, to maybe have an extra drive. But that's what I'm hoping, that him seeing me work every day, and him being a part of this company and part of the life, and seeing his dad work every day and his mom work every day in the business, I'm hoping that shows him that the hard work pays off, that the dedication pays off, that the putting, the hours in and getting up early every day, and the long nights and the late nights and the bags under the eyes, you know what I mean, that it does pay off, and it's a hard job, man. It really is. Like, I deal with people. You've seen some of the public blowouts I've had with people, and it's never ever me being nasty to somebody. It's never me doing anything wrong.
You're actually laughing and mocking them.
Yeah, basically, right? Like, it's just I've had some bad luck with some characters. But the beautiful thing is the community knows me, and because people know me, and because I don't burn people, people back me up and they support
Your reputation
me.
precedes you.
Yeah. So if somebody says something about me, man, it's crazy. Like my followers are on it, dude. And like, and I don't tell anybody to go like, oh, go like do this person's bad mouthing me. Go say something good in my defense. Like I don't have time to message people. You know what I'm saying? But I see it all the time. Like even people that don't know me, people just see the situation and be like, I don't even know this guy, but you're clearly not in the right. So like, you know what I mean? Like I don't even have to go defend my honor or say anything. Like the people that support me and know me, they know that I'm not that type of dude. Like I would never burn somebody. Like I told you, I literally had a dude say F me, F my girl, and F my 6-month-old at the time son. I still spent my money out of pocket to mail him books that got sent back to me after he accused me of stealing them. Or not stealing them, but of not sending them, right? Because it said they were delivered. They got sent back a month later. Then I sent it back to him. Even though most people would have been like, yeah, after you insult my son and say F my infant, I think we're done there. I think we're done right there.
I think so.
Most people would have been done right there. But because even still, man, like even somebody being that nasty and foul to me, like I can't reciprocate and be a bigger piece of shit back. I can't.
Right. You got to be better. You got to be better. It's not easy, but you got to be better.
My DNA, man. It's not. You know what I mean? I've seen too many people get shit on in bad ways, man. And I never want to be that guy. I never want to be looked at that way. That's why even with my employees, it's super important to me. Like if somebody calls me the day of or the morning of, like I don't give them shit for calling out. Like I'm not going to give them an attitude because they're throwing up. Like that's such a terrible way to run a business and a terrible.
Well, you remember
attitude.
your days when you worked and you had employers that did that crap. So
yes, and it's a terrible feeling, dude. Like they're like, oh, I just coughed up like my colon. I'm sorry, I'm not coming in today. Well, if you could just come in 3 hours late, that'd be great.
Yeah. No employee should ever feel scared or intimidated to call in sick if they're not feeling well. Period.
Nope. And I always
tell them at the time.
Yeah, and I always tell my employees, please do not come in if you feel like trash, because you're not going to want to work. You're not going to be working as quick. You're not going to feel like in the mood to work. You might be contagious and spread something to somebody else. Like it's much better to stay home, get better, feel better, come back when you feel 100% and when you're wanting to work, not when you're like, man, I'm going to have to trudge through 7 hours of bagging and boarding today and I feel like trash. Like, I don't want you to have to force yourself to come work for me.
Right.
I don't want. Like, get better, then come work. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, get better first. That's the most important thing.
Our last two questions are from Robert Manning. Robert, do me a favor. Send me the hero-villain question again. And while you're doing that, one of his questions is, if it was for your personal collection and not for now the question, what if it was for your personal collection and not for sale? Would you get it for a steal?
No, still not, man. I mean, and when you say for a steal, like I might get a book cheap. Like obviously I'm not out there to try to buy books at full market price. Just being honest with you. Like nobody.
Well, what smart dealer is.
Yeah,
you have to turn around and sell it.
Yeah, but at the same time, you would never ever catch, because I read some stories. I mean, it pisses me off. People be like, "Oh yeah, I got a whole long box of ASM Silver Age, and they're all like pristine. I paid $100 for it. The guy's an idiot." Like, you're a scumbag. Like, dude, you could have told the dude, like, you could have been honest and just been like, "Look, this is really valuable. Here's $1,000 or $1,500, or like." If you know if you know the value, right? If you know the value and you know there's a huge margin for markup, give them a reasonable amount. Give them a fair amount. Don't shit stick the guy. Don't give him.
You're bragging that you got one over on him, right?
Yeah, like, and that's even more irritating. And more, it's disgusting. Really, it's disgusting when I see somebody brag about like ripping somebody off.
But
on
you know
a deal.
what their answer will be? Their answer will be, well, he shouldn't be selling if he didn't do the research and know what it is. Now, hang on. That's like saying, oh, I cheated with a married person and they shouldn't have cheated with me because they knew they were married. Well, you're as responsible. I mean, you could tell them, dude, I'm just letting you know now, $100, this is worth a lot more than $100. And, you know, you might want to research that, or, you know, I don't know the exact amount, but at least I'll give you 1,000. You know, like you said, you know, you can have dignity and integrity.
Here's a perfect example. I'm gonna give a real life example of me doing this shit. So not long ago, I had a guy come to me with a Hulk 181, a nice one, pretty decent. Not a 8 or a 9 nice, but like a nice mid grade. It's probably like a 4 to 5 maybe. It's a raw. It does have some issues. There's some writing on the inside. Definitely has some issues with it, but the MBS is there. The cover looks pretty nice. It's intact. No staple damage or anything like that. But it definitely has some issues. Not a high-grade copy, but the guy had it for sale. Not a comic guy, but did his research. Knew the book was worth some money. Knew it had some value behind it. Most people would have tried to get that book in a lot of stuff that he had because he was selling a bunch of stuff. It wasn't just that. They would try to get that book in a lot and give him a dumb lowball number. I told the guy flat out, I said, I'm not interested in everything else. And I'm going to tell you right now that one specific book is worth a lot of money. That Hulk 181 is worth a lot of money. It's a first appearance. I told him what it was, first appearance of Wolverine. You know what I mean? Let him know the value for it. Let him know it was a hot book right now, especially that it's going up in value.
It's the hottest book.
It is, but I kept it very real with him too, though. I said, number one, you're not a comic guy, so you're going to struggle to find a buyer because nobody, if you put it out there, unless you're in a group, you know what I'm saying? You're not going to find a lot of buyers because no one knows you. No one's going to buy from someone they don't know, especially a big book. You
not online, right?
Yeah, you have to have a reputation for that. You know what I mean? Number two, no matter where you sell, you're going to lose a cut. eBay, PayPal, or both, they're going to take a cut. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Auction house, they're going to take a cut. Consignment shop, they're going to take a cut. Unless you directly sell yourself, somewhere is going to take a cut from you no matter what. On top of that, you can try to ask full market value, but you're not always going to get full market value on something you're selling. So you can't expect to get the top echelon dollar for your book. You can ask it, you can price it at that. You can maybe even price it over if you want in hopes that somebody will barter down to a reasonable price. But you're not always going to get that high echelon dollar that you set on the book, even if it is a pristine book, a 181 or a giant size one. It doesn't matter if it's a mega key. If the price is too high, even for that current market, it being high, no one's going to buy it. They're going to wait for something better to come along, which I've done myself, you know? But at the same time, a book of that caliber, you know what I mean, is a grail piece, and something like that, you know what I mean, I knew when I saw it, I wanted to get my hands on it. So I paid the guy $1,200 for that book, for that, just that book alone, $1,200. Now, granted, yeah, I know I'm going to make money on that book. There's a lot of wiggle room on that book, especially now. Now, granted, this is a couple months back too. This wasn't like this week or even last month. This is a few months ago. So the book wasn't as hot as it is now. It was still hot, but it's not, I mean, now it's on fire. But still, it was a book that was definitely worth more than $1,200 at the time. But I wasn't going to pay, you know, probably around $2,000, $2,200 is probably what it was valued at raw. I wasn't going to pay that amount. You know what I mean? I gave him a great amount.
But you also weren't going to say, I'll do $50 for it.
Yeah. You know, I gave him about 50% or more of the value of the book. There's not a lot of dudes out there buying single books that'll pay that amount. And I'm being real with you. And maybe on smaller books, right? But there's not a lot of dudes that are buying 4- or 5-figure books paying that chunk on it. You know what I'm saying? That are going to pay 50+% on it. Especially if you're buying multiples. Because I bought more than just that from him. I bought that in that one deal, but then I got a giant size X-Men 1 from him. And I got X-Men 94 from him. And I got a bunch of other good stuff from him. You know what I mean? And he gave me decent deals on the stuff because I kept going back. And that's another thing too. Paying, the way you pay also makes a difference too. Because here's another thing I tell to people. How many people are going to buy that book from you and need 6 months to pay it off? Right. How many are going to buy it and only going to be able to put down $300-400 on it and then pay $100 a week after?
And when I buy stuff from people,
yeah, and when I buy stuff from people, I come to them with cash, all of it, cash in hand up front. No payment plan. Here's your $10,000. Here's your $5,000. Here's your $25,000. Whatever it is, cash up front. And I've done $20,000 cash deals, and I'm not lying about that. I brought a suitcase with $20K to Jersey and bought $20K of books and brought them back for the show. Like, I'll do that because that's how you get some of the best deals, man. I mean, buying mega bulk. You know what I mean? That's how I can afford to sell stuff at the prices I do, because I'll match my values will be fair market value for what things are going at the current time on eBay, right? But I can afford to undercut those prices even a little bit when I do the show and do sales and discounts and bundle deals and go lower than that.
And you're not going to lose your eBay percentage.
Yeah, because I'm making, you know, fantastic deals, because I'm dropping $20,000 on buying keys. You know what I mean? Right. If you're buying many, you're going to spend significantly less.
Sure.
And I have good dealers that I deal with that already have good prices on their stuff, and they give me huge bulk discounts because I'm spending 5 figures with them. And I tell them, and they know this. They see me growing. They know One day I'm going to be coming to them $40, $50, $60, $75,000 worth of books. And I plan to do that and only get bigger and bigger. I mean, 6 months ago, it was crazy to me to drop $1,000 on a collection.
Right.
Not on a book, on a whole collection, dropping $1,000 crazy 6 months ago. I've literally bought several $15,000 to $20,000 collections in the last 6 months.
Do you want to adopt me? Believe it or not, I don't eat that much. Do you want to adopt me?
Yeah, come on down. But
Robert Manning, awesome. His last question it's a 2-part question. Robert,
okay.
If you could pick any power, what would it be? And would you become a hero or a villain? Well, I think he'd become a hero based on he's talking about his integrity, but I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, man. I think my heart and my mind is more geared towards a hero mentality, but I will say this, that I understand the villain mentality, I think, a lot better than a lot of people, because I understand the fact that I think a lot of villains, I think a lot of genuinely not insane villains are created out of adapting to a struggle. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're born out of adversity. They're born out of hardship. The greatest villains, right? They overcome
Magneto. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They all come out of some hardship. And I think that's an interesting look on life, because it's interesting to show that a lot of, it almost is weird that it shows that a lot of people that go through hard times come out as a villain, or is depicted as a villain, because their mentality changes because of the shit they go through. Right. So it's a really interesting psychological thing going on there, because you look at it like this, like, does that go to dictate that somebody that has good things happen to them necessarily is supposed to lean towards being a hero because of their upbringing, because of things that leaned that way? Or what is it that ticks that, right? Because you can look at some heroes even that had a hard upbringing. Batman comes to mind, right? Horrible upbringing. Why didn't he swing to a villain? Because of the negative connotations as his childhood, why didn't he swing to being a villain right away? What I'm saying? What was his push to become a hero? So every person, I think, has that, and it's interesting to see how their past will dictate the things that they do in their future.
But before you tell us what your power is, Terry's awesome. They're born from a tragedy.
They're born from a tragedy. Yes,
she is awesome. She is awesome.
That's
she
great.
is awesome. Thank you, Terry. So, what power would you pick? We'll get there, Robert. Relax. Jesus criminy, Robert. You're killing me. Relax.
Oh, so I think my power, man, if I had to choose one power, it's a weird one. It's not a typical one. I think I would choose, and because I think this power would allow you to become more powerful than any individual superpower could allow you to become. And that would be the ability to read minds. Okay. I think if you could read people's minds, if you could know what everybody on earth at any whim was thinking inside their head, you would probably be the most powerful person on earth. Bar none. Because any thought that somebody had, anything that they wanted, they yearned for, you would know and be able to cater to it and to tailor to what they wanted in life, and be able to present things to highlight that.
You'd also get a lot of crap you don't want to know. But you know what I would pick?
It would be the greatest and worst ability to have ever.
You know what I would pick? Multiple man. You want to know why? I could have 3 jobs and make the income from 3 jobs. I'd have my own workforce that didn't cost me any money, and everything they learn, when I absorb it, I learn it. Whether it's martial arts, being a lawyer, being a doctor, being a carpenter, I would be a one-stop myself. I could do everything, and anytime I need people to work on my house, I stamp my foot 10 times, and I got a crew. I'd have a crew running my store. I just have a bunch of twin brothers. My mom went through hell. I'm just saying. That's the power that I think would be the most useful in the real world.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's definitely one that I would definitely love to have. It's funny you say that, because I've actually told my girl, and I tell people here all the time, I'm like, I wish I could just clone some of the staff and have them doubled over, so I would have 10 super fast, great working people, and that would be able to run the shop to the highest level. But instead, I'm struggling to find people to even stay here, because it's just we don't live in a very highly populated area, and there's not a lot of people looking
Yeah.
for work. It's rough, man. It's really rough to find.
Well, it's
people.
also hard because, I mean, and I can relate to this. We work at a pace that most people don't. And,
Oh yeah,
some people get stressed out by it because they can't keep up, or they just don't have the drive or the motivation, and they don't understand that we are just driven. We don't stop. I try to go to sleep and my head doesn't stop thinking about all the things that I'm going to do the next day or what I need to accomplish. And they don't understand that kind of drive is so overwhelming that sometimes we do burn out, but it's for a day, and then we're right back at it because we just can't stop. And to find anybody that's even half of that output that we have is hard. Yep. And it's not fair to put that on people,
No.
because we are weird. We are freaking odd.
Man,
we can't expect people to move with our power, our motivation, our extreme, and it drives my wife crazy. It drives other people crazy. Unfortunately, things haven't worked out with other people that I've worked with because they just can't get it done. And it's like, listen, there is no tomorrow. You only have today. We have the moment we're in. We don't even know if we have the minute in front of us.
Yep. That's so true, man. And it's funny. I actually spoke with somebody recently about that, I can't put things off till tomorrow. I can't wait till next week. Like I had somebody getting on me, about me pushing the shop too hard and saying that, you're burning yourself out doing too much. But it's like, I do it because I have to. I have to do this. It's not even just a one anymore. I have to. This is how I get by. This is how I make a living. It's how I feed my family. It's not I want to sell comics today. I mean, I do, but it's not just that anymore. You know what I mean? It's not just a one anymore. It's a have to. It is a need because this is how I make money. This is how I get by. It's how I provide for my family.
It's also what we're teaching our children.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Go get it because no one's handing it to you. Go get it.
Yep.
There are no excuses. Look, you can always find a reason. Money is hard to find, but you can make it. Everybody talks about their lucky break. Well, sometimes you make your luck. Let's be honest, okay? How much do you want it, and what are you willing to sacrifice and trade for it? Is it sleep? Is it money? Is it being miserable for a year or two working a crappy job so you have the capital to open up your own business? What is that? Is it not going out and partying with your friends? What is it that you're willing to sacrifice and trade for the life that you want? And I don't think many people understand that. They're like, oh, it's too hard, so I'd rather be miserable but have my moments that I think are making my life fulfilling. No, they're not. You're lining your prison with pretty posters, but at the end of the day, those posters aren't satisfying you. They're not satiating you. They're not completing you. That's it. Yep. Get up and do it. And I told you this before the show. I'd love for everyone to come for the ride, but I ain't carrying you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'll hold your hand. We'll lock arms. We'll hold the hand. We'll go together. But if you're not willing to walk and come with me, nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, I'm not dragging you.
I don't have that in me. My focus is what's in front of me, not what's behind me, because that's gone. That's done. Yep. You learn from that, but you don't live in that.
Yep.
I will learn from all the things I've experienced, mistakes I've made, but I'm not living there. I got what's in front of me. And that's what I like about you. That's what I respect about you. Your drive, your motivation. It's like a kindred spirit to me. You got a lot of things going on, and you're not done. You're not even close to starting, and I'm the same way. And I like that you do it with integrity. And I appreciate that because I think it's a rare thing these days. And I know you're going to succeed. And I know the people that talk in your ear. They're intimidated by how much you move, or they're jealous by how much you move, or they're afraid, or it reminds them of what they can't do themselves. So they try to make you more like them, then they become more like you.
Yep.
And I'm just telling you, I know you know this. And people don't get that about us. You can't stop us.
Mm-mm.
Say what you want. Do what you want. You can try to knock us down. You might even succeed once in a blue moon, but we're getting right back up. we're dusting ourselves off, and we're moving forward again. And you come with us or say goodbye, and good luck to you. I wish you well. God bless you, but I'm going this way.
Yep.
So, and that's the absolute friggin' truth. John Oninger is here. I meant to say hi before. John Oninger is a brilliant man. He's a creative genius. He's an awesome human being. He's a kind, generous man. So hello, John Oninger. He was a guest last Friday.
John.
You should get to know John. He's a great guy with so many talents. And he has a book, if you sell any books, a family-oriented book. It's awesome. So you guys should talk.
Yeah, we actually had somebody looking for some family good books. Actually, on the last show, somebody was looking for kids' books. So
he's got a beautiful family book. I'm telling you, you should reach out to John or vice versa.
Definitely.
Look, we've been here at 2.5 hours, and it goes fast because of the energy, the fun. I am rooting for you. I know where you're headed. I know where you're going to go. And, I hope people bet on the right horse in this case. If they don't, well, live and learn. But I hope they bet on the right horse. You are the right horse. And whether you and I ever worked in the future or not, regardless, I mean what I say. You're a hustler with integrity. You're willing to put in the work. You're teaching your son right, just by example. And people should be inspired by what you're doing. Listen, it's easy to talk it. It's easy to put those words up on a wall for your kids. Dream big, princess, to my kids. That's horse shit. It's horse shit. Dreaming big is horse shit. Work. Make it happen.
Work big.
You want to dream while you're working, but get there. Dreaming is fantasy. Fantasy is an illusion, and it's a delusion. Get up and do it. There is no tomorrow, and you can always find a reason not to do it. But can you find a reason to do it? It's the one best friggin' reason. What's that reason, James? I want to be happy.
Yep.
And that's it. And the other big reason, if you're a parent, is I need to teach my children how to embrace life, grab it with both arms, and make it theirs.
100% on that one, man. 100%.
That's it. And you get it. You get it. I look in your face. I look at your face right now, the way you're looking at me when I'm talking to you, and it's hitting you. It's hitting you. You get it.
Absolutely.
You get it. And that's why you are going to succeed. And I wouldn't doubt for a second that in 5 years you're a millionaire. Just remember, I was nice to you.
Always, Philly. Always, man. Always, brother. You've been awesome, man. Seriously, you've been a great help, and you've always been there. You've always told me if I need questions about anything or whatever, just to reach out to you, and I appreciate that, man. There's been a few people in this community that have been like that, and it's always great to meet those folks and build those connections because I do need guidance in some things, and there's a lot of stuff that I do need to learn still, and I'm
smart
still
man
learning.
knows what his limits are.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's, there's a reason I outsource for different things. You know what I mean? I know I can't do everything myself. I know I don't have the time, the power, the effort, the energy, the money to do everything by myself.
Right.
I have to reach out to other people, and I have no problem doing that and asking for help and helping when I can too, man. I love to give back to this community. I'm always giving back to people. I mean, a lot of people I don't see this behind closed doors, but I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've just sent stacks of books to people, like $100, even $1,000 stacks. I've literally sent $1,000 stacks to people for free. And I'm not like trying to brag about that or like use that as some kind of like big shot thing. It's just I like to do nice things for people. Like when people look out for me and they support me, I love to look out and do nice things. I like to put smiles on people's faces if I can do it. You know what I mean? If I'm able to do it, I love to be able to help people out and do nice things because this community has done so much for me and continues to do so much for me that the least I can do is give back whenever I can.
And at the end of the day, I have daughters. I have to be the man that they deserve someday because I'm going to be the man that they marry.
Yeah, right? Yeah, you're the reflection.
You have a son that you need to be the man he deserves to be someday.
Yep, absolutely.
And that is, to me, is ultimately what it's all about. I have to be the man that my daughters deserve someday because they are going to pick a man just like me. And if I don't treat their mother right, they won't be treated right. If I don't show them to work hard and take no shit from anybody, they won't understand that. And they will pick a man that has no backbone.
Yep. It's a reflection, man, that they see.
We have the greatest responsibility on the planet. We are the role models. We are the world to these kids. And I look at people like Terry has, I think, 3 children or 4 children. One of my favorite lines of all time is from the movie The Crow. Mother is God on the lips of children.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? A man will never know what it's like to be a mother carrying a child in there, as part of their body and take care of them at that level. And that's why moms will always be even more nurturing and everything like that and have that bond. And I respect and love that, and I'm not jealous of that. But a man, we provide, we protect, and we teach him how to survive in this tough-ass world. That's our job.
Yep.
Moms patch up the boo-boos and make them feel better. And I'm not saying moms don't make them tough too. They do. But because we'll never know what it's like to nurture on the level of having a child in our stomach, that's our job. Yep. That's our focus. You got that little boy out there that's going to have to be tough as nails because we don't know what the world's going to be by the time he gets your age. But let him live his dream. And I love that. And you're going to do great. He's going to be successful because his father's successful. And, man, so before we go, I'm sorry, I didn't go on about this forever because I'm really passionate about this crap. I really am. It means a lot to me.
Definitely.
Give us the one last pitch about your store, about why we should be buying from you and what we're looking for. Again, on the bottom, you got the website and your Facebook. And, plug your show, what time it is before we go.
Absolutely. Thank you. So once again, first off, thanks for having me. I really do appreciate it. Love being here. Love talking with everybody. Appreciate all the questions, everybody that tune in. Thank all of you for spending the time here and tuning in and watching me talk for 2.5 hours. I really do appreciate that. And thank you once again, Phil, for having me on. I really do appreciate you taking the time to let me come through, man, and talk about stuff. But yeah, so basically, Kraven's Comic Books and Collectibles, like I said, we have a 9 p.m. Eastern show every week. It's Sunday. That we do on our Facebook at facebook.com/KravensComics. We also have a website at KravensComics.com. Both of those are scrolling down here boop, 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 below. And yeah, man, we have a website with all types of goodies. You can order from us online. You can get gift certificates or gift cards. If you're not into books and maybe you want to buy somebody for somebody that's into books or games or whatever, you can still shop with us and take care of that special someone in your life and support our business as well, even if you're not into it directly. So like I said, we have the live show, we do the website. We also have a brick and mortar that we're opening up that's located in Cambridge, Maryland. We are not actually opened yet, but we should be open in, I would think, about 2 to 3 weeks roughly. We should be opening the doors to the public, and we're going to keep doing updates as well every week, showing everybody what we're doing as we paint and get things together. We've got the floors buffed, we got the tables out, merchandise is here. We're going to keep pushing hard. We're going to keep doing our live shows. We're looking forward to setting up a convention event and doing some stuff like that. Obviously, me and Phil were talking about that earlier before the show. So there's a lot of cool stuff that we have in the works, and we really look forward to doing bigger and better things for the company, for the community, and for comic books in general, man. Like, we really want to be a company that's remembered and stands out and becomes a household name. I don't want to be just a comic shop. I don't want to be just another comic shop. And it's nothing against a regular comic shop. Like, I love LCS, you know what I mean? But I want to be something bigger than that. Like, I want to expand even further and become more than just a shop. I want to become a real community. And that's why I want to expand, because I want more than just, eventually I'd love to have a chain of Kraven's Comics, in every state. We haven't had a chain comic shop, almost ever that's been national. There's been a few that have had strings of chains and out west or in the Midwest or out east, but I don't think there's been a national chain that's been across country in every state. And ultimately, what I would love to do one day, I want to be able to bring more books and more collectibles to everybody that loves them across the country. And even out of the country, I'd love to expand it into Canada or Mexico or Europe or any spot outside of the U.S. Down the road. I would love to go international. So I have big hopes, I have big dreams, but hopefully everybody, is following what I've been doing and is cheering me along. I really appreciate all the support from everybody out there. Phil, thank you so much again, man, for having me on. I really do appreciate this.
My pleasure.
I would love to come back again and do another update. We talked about
we'll look to see if we can do a live on your grand opening day where you can video from all that's going on, if we can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to do that, man. And everybody out there watching, we 100% encourage you to follow along with us on the Facebook, on the website. Stay up to date with our updates. We're also going to be starting a newsletter very soon that's going to keep people up to date weekly, not a monthly, a weekly newsletter,
Nice.
to keep people up to date, real close knit in real time, kind of what we're doing, events that are coming up, in-shop events, discounts, site sales, and stuff like that. So follow along with that. You'll see all the updates on the stores. We get things rolling. And hopefully we can start getting some people in here, and we can meet some of the awesome customers that we've had over these last few months since we've started. We would love to meet some of you guys in person because we've had wonderful support and just really great outpouring of support from all our customers.
No, maybe I'll grab a bunch of New Yorkers and we'll go down there, and we'll go check out the store.
Would love to see that, man.
And,
love
and Terry would like to be tagged for the grand opening.
Absolutely,
and Jim,
Terry.
real quick, Jim O'Reilly. If you don't know him, follow him. Great artist, great guy. He's one of us. He cares about the community. He's a good man, and he's a really, really, really awesome artist. So, anyway, yeah, he came in late though, Jim, but we'll let that slide. Listen, James. Do me a favor, hang backstage for a few minutes. I know we've been on a while, but just hang a few minutes, okay? I'm going to say my see-yous to everybody, but thanks for being a great guest. It was fun. It was entertaining. I love your energy. I love your drive. I love your motivation. Don't let them stop you, man. Don't let them stop you.
Man. Really appreciate you, and thank you once again to everybody else out there tuned in tonight, man. I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you again, Phil. Appreciate it, man.
God bless and much success.
Have a good one, brother. I'll be backstage.
All right. That's James Shelkett Jr. He's owner of Kraven's Comics and Collectibles. Again, scrolling on the bottom is his website, www.cravenscomics.com. Facebook is Kraven's Comics, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday. He has live shows, but he is opening his new brick-and-mortar LCS, so you're going to have to watch him and stay tuned because he might pop up out of anywhere with a box, an open, a boxing video or something. But I wish him the best of luck. Really good guy. Thanks for waking up and popping on, Jim. Thank you to everyone who came out, including some new faces, Brian Chamberlain and what was the comic guy? He's gone now, I'm sure, but Comic Noise. So thanks for the new people that came out, and thanks to the loyal followers who come to every show. I know Steve Garcia was quiet, but I know damn well he was there. He's at every show. I love that dude, and I hope he's doing well. Dell, thanks for coming out and asking questions, and Richard Jones and everybody. I really appreciate you guys. You are the community. There is no CreatorCon if we're not talking to an audience. There is no comic store if you're not out there buying the stuff. You are the community, and anybody who forgets that, that's a shame. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'm just going to tell you now, I'm going to be back on probably about a half hour because I want to talk about a few things, tragedy. And I don't like soliciting on the shows when I have guests. I find it rude. So I'm going to do my own thing in about a half hour. If you're still up, you got nothing else to do, come hang out for a little while. Look, I really, really appreciate you guys. I've met some great new people to this community also. I wish you all success. I wish you all to meet your dreams. And if I can ever help in any way, I mean that when I say I will. If you're having a tough time, you need me or you message me. You all know that. Plenty of people have, and I always respond. And if you want comics, go to Kraven's Comics and Collectibles. All right? I'm going to leave you with what I always leave you with. Be legendary and have fun storming the castle.